slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll. Big block, full sin savage. Big block, dirt track havoc. Big block, hear that scream. Built not bought, it's a racer's dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means. Dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means. Yeah, you know what it means.
What's up, everybody? Getting up in the stream, getting ready for some big block action at Fairbury, week number 4. Coming up here tonight, then we have super late models, then the ARCA cars, then UMP modifieds. Should be a good show here tonight. Make sure you guys get those likes, shares, and follows out there as we get up in the session. Looks like a 6,062 SOF. We got some big names up in this one. I see Tyler Ducharme. I see Randy Johnston, Michael Swank, Matthew Watts, Logan Herbert, Roundtree, LaFawn, Felix Waugh, Ethan Bill, Damian Ward, Caleb Durgan, Aaron Langley. Ton of drivers out there. Looks like it's going to be a wild one here tonight at Fairbury. I am not streaming tomorrow, no. All right, getting up into the big block race. Give me 1 second, guys. How's everybody doing out there? Let me know in the chat. How you guys doing tonight? I see Curtis Griffin out there. I still want what food? I just ate a ton of food, if you're going to be honest. The fuck did I hit? Oh, fuck I do. I don't know what I did. All right, I can't see the screen so much, but we're going to go ahead and move it over here to the Monday Night Modifieds. All right, we are in the big block race. I got to figure out how to get to this, out of this. What did I hit?
Every lap counts, stakes are high. In this race, only the best get by. Feel the heat, feel the drive. This is where racing truly comes alive. Feel the roll, feel the rush.
Oh, this might actually be super handy like that. All right, guys. We have the big blocks out on the track right now. It is going to be a wild one here tonight. Who's ready for the ARCA cards? I'll tell you what, last week's ARCA series was absolutely insane. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. Look, I can barely remember today, let alone yesterday or any other day. All right, these guys getting ready to go out to qualify as we are about 4.5 minutes into this practice, getting ready for tonight's 3-minute qualifying session. Why is it not showing my big block logo? All right, hold on one second. We got something going on here, and I do not know what's going on. As we are going to get into practice qualifying here tonight. I don't know what I fucking did to my... Got something weird going on over here. All right, had some weird shit going on. Still have some weird shit going on over here. Gotta see if I can figure this out real quick. For some reason, I don't have my Monday Night Modified logo, and I do not know why. Sorry, guys. I am definitely not doing very well tonight. My computer's definitely been doing some crazy shit here lately, so I'm gonna try and get this fixed up. Not really sure. Oh, it is up there. All right, it is up there. All right, we should be good there. Let me go ahead and refresh some of these overlays. You guys can see the quick times up there. I do not see the Facebook chat, so we're going to go ahead and refresh that. Nobody's saying anything right now, Curtis. Nobody is saying anything. See if that shows up there. Let me make sure I got the chat even on. All right, chat is on. All right, so I do have the chat on. I'm trying to figure out why the... Oh, there's the Facebook chat. Everything just started to act all kinds of wonky for me today. Right now, Logan Herbert out there with the quick time. Caleb Durgan, or Ethan Bill, Caleb Durgan are your top three. We're going to get into heat race number 1. Let's go ahead and get that starting lineup, as it is going to be Logan Herbert starting on the pole here tonight in that 611. Fuck that guy. Outside of him, it's going to be the number 17 of Caleb Durgan. He's my favorite driver. I'm just kidding. Starting inside, row number 2, it's going to be the number 5 of Randy Johnston. Outside of him, it's going to be Ryan Govamis. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be Aaron Roccavella. Outside of him, in the number 2, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 91 machine, it's going to be Felix Waugh. Outside of him, it's going to be Aaron Langley. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight, it's going to be Eric McCarthy. Outside of him, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Then rounding out the field here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be Michael Swank in the number 27. Starting on the inside, outside of him in the number 11 maybe. It's going to be Matthew Watts. I haven't seen Watts in one of these big block races in quite a while, as we are going to get ready here for heat race number 1. Go find the view I want to use. Probably going to switch around. None of the camera angles are always very great here. What's up, Kenny? What's up, Kenny? I see my Facebook chat now, which is fantastic as these guys roll off the starting grid. Who's your pick here in heat race number 1? Let me know. Oh, I got it in studio mode. That's why it's doing that. Okay. I was like, why the hell do I have that weird screen? I accidentally clicked studio mode. Well, there's going to be 4 races tonight, Daniel. This is race number 1, as Herbert's going to bring him to the green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Big block, set the roar. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway down into turn number 1 and 2. Herbert with the lead. Durgan trying to chase him down. Randy Johnson going to slide into that number 3 spot. Looks like it is going to be Goffmanis into that number 4 spot. We got a wreck. Randy Johnston goes around, and Rockefeller goes around in that number 18. So big trouble here on lap number 2. Let's go take a look and see what happened. What took out Randy Johnston here? We're going to go back and take a look. Oh, it's Roundtree in the 0-2. Does he get in the back? Oh, Randy just checks up, and they get together. Big stack up there. All of them up in the infield. Nowhere for those guys to go. Right now, it's probably the 2 best we got on the 2 of the best that we got in the big block series. We can't count out Ethan Bill. Up at the front, Durgan trying to chase down Herbert as we are racing back here. Oh, we got one tight up into the wall. It's going to be Roundtree in the number 2. So Roundtree in the number 2. Right now, Matthew Watts started shotgun on the field. He's up to that number 3 spot. McCarthy is going to be in the number 4 position with Matt Schaefer behind him. Felix Waugh going to be just behind him. And in that final transfer spot is going to be the 14 of Langley as Ryan's going to get in the back of him. Big stack up as Ryan. Swank and Goffmanis get caught together. Ryan's going to go ahead and go away and go on to pit road as we go back out on the track. Looks like Durgan trying to reel in Herbert, but it's too little too late. Checkered flag is out. Herbert's going to take the win here in heat race number 1. Durgan second. Matthew Watts, McCarthy, Schaefer, Waugh, Randy Johnston, and that is it. Going to the feature, Rockefeller, Langley, Swank, Goffmanis, and Roundtree going to the consi. I am definitely a little off after that little hiccup earlier with my OBS, but looks like we are back up and going nicely now as Ethan Bill going to take the pole here for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Outside of him in the number 25, it's going to be... No, he's not in the 25. What number is he freaking running? In the 00, it's going to be Tyler Ducharme. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 32, it's going to be Damian Ward. Outside of him in the 916 is going to be Nick Brundage. Starting inside, row number 3 in that number 9 machine, it's going to be Colin Murphy. Outside of him in the number 100, it is going to be Drew Alton, sorry. Starting inside, row number 4 here tonight in that 07 machine, it's going to be Trevin Lane. Outside of him in the number 9, Oh, take that back. It is not. And outside of him in the 924, it's going to be Ben Jolly. I don't know who the hell that guy is. Starting inside, row number 5, it's going to be the 213 of Jim Boniface. Outside of him, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the 144, don't count him out, it is going to be Jordan LaFon. What's up, Karen? Larry says, let's go, Damien. What's up, Robert? I'll start putting the time in those posts when I post them. I didn't even think of it. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Ethan Bill going to slide up. Ducharme with the crossover. He's going to slide into 1 and 2. Slides in front of Ethan Bill. They make contact. Bill gets hit from behind by Damian Ward. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Tyler Ducharme going to lead lap number 1 as they head into 1 and 2. Brundage trying to take that number 2 spot. He's going to have it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Drew Alton definitely having some internet malfunction back there as he is blinking like crazy as they head into turn number 1 and 2. 2 laps complete. We got 6 laps to go. Let's go CM7, says Kenny. Down out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. It's going to be a battle for second as here comes Bill up underneath Brundage. Can't get it to stick. He's going to stay in line down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Sorry. Going to be Tyler Ducharme leading the way. Nick Brundage in second. Ethan Bill in third. Going to be Damian Ward in that number 4 spot. Colin Murphy in 5th. Drew Alton in 6th. And Joseph Matthews in that number 9 machine. He is in that final transfer spot. Here comes Laboon in the 144 with the white flag. He's got one more spot to go. Tyler Ducharme with the lead. We're going to watch the battle for the final transfer spot through turn number 3 and 4. Joseph trying to hold on. LaVon trying to dig, couldn't quite get there. It's going to be Ducharme, Brundage, Bill, Ward, Murphy, Alton, and Matthews going to the tonight's feature. Everybody else off to the LCQ. All right, that is going to be the end of heat race number 2. We're going to get them lined up here once again for the LCQ. Now they're starting to jaw a little bit. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it's going to be the number 14 of Aaron Langley. Outside of him in the 144, it's going to be Jordan Laboon. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 27 machine, it's going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him, it's going to be the 924 of Ben Jolly. Starting in the number 5 spot in the number 5 car inside row number 3, it's going to be Randy Johnston. Outside of him in the 213, it's going to be Jim Boniface. Yeah, that'll get me banned on some platforms. Going to be Ryan Gofamis starting on that number, Goffmanis in that number 7 spot. Trevin Lane 8th, Roundtree in that 9th and final transfer spot. Rolling out onto the grid, onto the track, it is going to be Aaron Langley and Jordan Laboon up on that front row, bringing these guys to the green flag here. Next time by, they're going to get 1 to go at the line. Only top 4 transfer. That means we're going to be sending 5 drivers home here tonight. And I'll tell you what, other than Ben, I know who all these guys are. And it's hard to believe any of these guys aren't making a feature here tonight. Looking for that green flag this time by Aaron Langley in that number 14. Going to fire him off. Look for him to maybe go a little bit early to get that jump on LaFon as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out as Langley gets on the gas. Langley's going to lead him down the front straightaway. Ben Jolly up underneath LaFon into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, we got Boniface around. Roundtree's going to get caught up. So big contact already. Back up to the front is going to be Aaron Langley leading the way. Jordan LaFon in second. Ben Jolly in that number 3 spot as Swank sits in that final transfer spot, but he's got company as Goffmanis and Johnston trying to close the gap down into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the lead. Here comes LaFon. LaFon looking up underneath Langley as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Drag race to the line. LaFon gets it at the line that time by. Down into turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. LaFon digging that high side. He's going to bang the wall down into turn number 3 and 4. Or sorry, Langley is going to bang the wall. Sorry, I had that backwards. As LaFon rolls down low, LaFon going to slide up. He's got the lead to himself. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. LaFon in the 144. He's going to win something maybe tonight if he has anything to do with it. But here comes Langley back up underneath them. LaFon going to dig out of turn number 2. LaFon trying to get that momentum going on that in that middle lane down the front straightaway, but Langley digging the bottom side. We might end up with a battle for the lead before the end of this one, as it looks like Goffmanis has caught Michael Swank. Roundtree is out of this one. He's going to take the tow as they come down the front straightaway. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Langley down low, LaFon up high. Drag race down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Ben Jolly. He wants a piece of the action as Langley's going to have it at the line. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Ben Jolly going to park it on LaFon's nose. Oh, that was almost bad news for LaFon as Goffmanis closes the gap. They're 2 by 2. 1 lap to go into turn number 1 and 2. I have no clue who Ben Jolly is, but he is digging that bottom side, looking for the lead here in the LCQ through turn number 3 and 4. To the line. It's going to be Langley at the line. Ben Jolly, Jordan LaFon, and Michael Swank, your top 4. What's up? What's up? All right, so they are starting to get a little aggravated in the chat now as we are getting ready for tonight's main event. Let's go ahead and hit tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the 611, it's going to be Logan Herbert. Outside of him in the 00, it's going to be Tyler Ducharme. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Starting inside, row number 3 in the number 11 machine, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Outside of him in the 14, it's going to be Ethan Bell. Starting inside, row number 4 here tonight, it is going to be the number 83 of Eric McCarthy. Outside of him, in the number 32, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside, row number 5. In the other number 83, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Outside of him, it's going to be... What number is Murphy? In the number 9, it's going to be Colin Murphy. Starting inside, row number 7 here tonight. Oh, sorry, row number 6 in the number 91 machine, it's going to be Felix Waugh. Outside of him in the 100, it's going to be Drew Alton. And then rounding out the field here tonight is going to be Aaron Rockefeller starting 13th, Matthews 14th, Langley 15th, Ben Jolly 16th, LaFon 17th, and Michael Swank in that number 18 position. No, he's not. He's not. Karen said, get it, E-Bill. Green flag is out as Herbert's on the gas down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Great jump by Ducharme. He's able to stay up ahead of Durgan as Durgan sits in that number 3 spot down into turn number 3 and 4. To the line, 1 lap complete as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Ducharme in that 00 trying to hold on as they are jockeying for position further back, 2, 3, 4 wide. Into turn number 3 and 4. Felix almost into the door of McCarthy, I think it was. Oh, we got contact up at the top as, oh, they're wrecking out of turn number 2. Caution flag comes out. It looks like maybe some blinking from Drew Alton might have caused that one. There was some contact. We're going to take a look and see exactly. Yeah, he blinked out there and, oh, no. All right, so McCarthy's going to have some issues. We're going to go take a look and see what exactly happened. Oh, McCarthy. Oh, Felix was down low, came up the track. McCarthy was working a little bit of a cut down. Did Felix hit the inside tire? Did he get the tire? Oh, he did. That's what caused that problem. Pushes him up the track. McCarthy nowhere to go. Going to head on into the wall. Drew Alton into the wall as we get the first caution flag of the night. All right, buddy. Go enjoy that laundry. All right, we get them stacked up 2 by 2, looking for the green flag as they head down into turn number 3. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Going to be Logan Herbert leading the way in that 611. Tyler Ducharme all over the back of him. Durgan behind him. Brundage up into that number 4 spot. Here comes E-Bill down low through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Oh, everybody in single file. Everyone is single file up here in the top 5 or 6 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. They're single filing them out. Yeah, single filing them out pretty good right now, all the way back to the 7th with Matthew Watts. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. E-Bill trying to find his way around Brundage as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage up the track. Here comes E-Bill with a big run on the high side. He's going to bang the wall down the back straightaway. Down into 3 and 4. That definitely cost Ethan Bill a little bit of time, but he's going to cut down into 1 and 2. Slide job by E-Bill. Oh, he didn't slide it all the way. Here comes Brundage back to the outside. Brundage going to dig the outside. E-Bill looking for that spot. He's got it out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. He's going to bang the wall there. Here comes Brundage back down low. Brundage going to dig the bottom side as they head down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, E-Bill on the wall. Drag race out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Yeah, McCarthy's got a little bit of work to do, I think. He got some damage on the wall. I don't know how bad he is, but he was caught up in that first wreck. As they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Top 3 stay in single file. Battle's going to be for 4th on back. I see Tyler Ducharme starting to work Logan Herbert. We're just looking to have a battle for the lead. Here comes Damian Ward sliding up in here, trying to make a showing up into the top 5. He's going to get it into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Damian Ward in the 32, trying to work his way up through 3 spots. Brundage up underneath them as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Brundage going to slide through turn number 3 and 4, keeps it down low. Ward up high down the back straightaway into front straightaway into 1 and 2. Contact between Brundage and Ward. Ward going to slide into turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway, takes that number 5 spot back. We move back up to the front. Top 3 staying single file. Tyler Ducharme trying to find some speed, digging a little bit low through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. So he's going high side 1 and 2, bottom of 3 and 4. Seems to be working for the 00 as he seems to be closing that gap on Logan Herbert as they come down the front straightaway. He bangs the wall a little bit there. Let's see if he can get this top and bottom working good. Here comes Herbert to the bottom side in turn number 3 and 4. Herbert going to jump down to the bottom as they come down the front straightaway. Here comes Ducharme. He goes bottom of 1 and 2. Slide job, crossover by Herbert. So battle for the lead is starting to heat up here as Ducharme threw a slider, let him know he was there, gets back in line. Look for him to continue to work that 611 as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. You know, if I was Herbert, I'd watch out because we know Ducharme would door Durgan's mother for a win here tonight. Just kidding, Tyler. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Herbert leads the way. Tyler Ducharme in second. Durgan in third. Ethan Bill in fourth. Damian Ward in that number 5 spot. Battle going to be for 6. Here comes the slide from Matthew Watts up the track. Cut down by Brundage. Brundage has been struggling since the beginning of this one. 21, make it 22 laps into this one when they cross the line this time by. Will that car come in for him as Watts throws the slide cut down by Brundage. Brundage going to slide him into turn number 1 and 2. No, he's going to keep it low. Yes, he does go to the top. Here comes Watts back down low. Watts throws the haymaker into turn number 3 and 4. Easy cut down by Brundage as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage slides up the track, takes that spot back. Here comes Watts back to the bottom side in turn number 3 and 4. Watts going to slide up the track, cut down by Brundage. Brundage slides up the track, cut down by Watts. Back and forth for this number 6 spot. Not a lot going on up at the front. We're going to stay with this battle. These guys got to be careful. It is bringing everybody else in here tonight, and somebody needs to tell Drew Alton to turn the blinker off. We know he's making a left ahead. Drew Alton, you have left your blinker on. Car number 100. Turn off your blinker. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. Here comes the slide by Watts, cut down by Brundage. Brundage going to dig down low into turn number 1 and 2. These guys have been doing this for quite a while now. Brundage back up the track, cut down by Watts. Watts going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Cut down by Brundage. Back and forth. These guys sliding each other for days as they head into turn number 3 and 4. What a great battle here. Haymaker. Cut down. Back and forth down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Brundage going to slide back up. I'm curious. One of these guys are going to do something a little bit different here. And change things up as Brundage going to throw the slide. He tried to pinch it down a little bit. Here comes Watts back down to the bottom. Back and forth. We're going to go check. Wow, it's getting 3 wide behind. We're going to go check on this battle for the lead. It's not much of a battle, but we do have a battle for third. As Ethan Bill has caught Caleb Durgan into turn number 3 and 4. Thank you for the GG, Milo. Appreciate that. Thank you for the GG. Appreciate it, Milo. 5 roses out of Milo. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. As Durgan tried to hold on to that number 3 spot. Here comes E. Bill behind him. Caution. Flag is out. Oh, no. Matthew Watts was caught up in this one. What happened? These guys were having a hell of a race. Slide. Cut. Oh, no. He got into no, that was Schaefer, I think he got into. Yeah, it was Matt Schaefer. That's going to cost Matthew Watts, and Matthew Watts going to the back. What's up, Shane? Shane Haas out there in the chat. Appreciate you, buddy. So great battle up here at the front with Tyler Ducharme and Logan Herbert. And then behind them for the number 3 spot, it was really heating up between Caleb Durgan and Ethan Bill. So good racing all around the track. Looks like we are going green flag this time by. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Herbert on the gas down the front straightaway. Tyler Ducharme going to get in line. Here comes E. Bill in that number 14. Here, the battle for third has turned back on. But I'll tell you what, Durgan digging that bottom side, looking up and underneath Ducharme through turn number 3 and 4. Durgan going to take third back. Here comes E. Bill to the outside. This is getting crazy as Damian Ward and Brundage duking it out further back as they come out of turn number 4. Oh, they touch down the front straightaway. Brundage and Ward get together. Somehow they keep it straight. That's going to cost Damian Ward a little bit there as Aaron Langley has made his way up through the field. He's up 8 spots right now to that number 7 spot as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the second place as Durgan is digging the bottom side up underneath Tyler Ducharme down the front straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Might have had a little contact there as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan really working Ducharme as Logan Herbert is enjoying this lead here as Durgan and Bill almost get together as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, Durgan's one of the best bottom feeders I've ever seen race on the sim, if I'm going to be honest. When the track gets bottom side, he does real good. The ARCA race is after the supers. So the ARCA race will go up right around its normal time. What is that, 9:15? 9:30? What time have I been putting it up? I forget. Logan Herbert going to lead the way as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Battle for second continues to rage on. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Ducharme might lose that number 2 spot to Caleb Durgan as he continues to bottom feed. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Ducharme going to keep it that time by. Down into turn. Oh, we got contact further back. I'll tell you what. Drew Alton is blinking like crazy, and it is creating a lot of chaos back in the back. Somebody's got to do something about his internet connection. What's up, Justin? What's up, buddy? Still side by side for that number 2 spot. Caleb Durgan down low. He's going to continue to dig the bottom side. Out of turn number 2, down into 3 and 4. Ducharme holding on. Right behind him is going to be Ethan Bill Brundage, now up into that number 5 spot as here comes Ethan Bill. He wants a piece of the action for second. Out of turn number 2, down into 3 and 4. E-Bill's going to go to the top side of 3 and 4. Look for him to hit the bottom. He gets a big run. Big run out of turn number 4, running that high side, but not able to do anything with it. Had to check up. Here comes Tyler Ducharme. Ducharme in 3 and 4. Slide job. Contact with Herbert. White flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Through out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. It's going to be Herbert with the win. Tyler Ducharme in second, Durgan in third, Ethan Bill fourth, Damian Ward in fifth. Well, this is going to be an awfully interesting interview. The ARCA Series practice, you still out there, Shane? The ARCA Series practice will be up at 9:15. All right, so Herbert going to take the win here tonight. Let's go ahead and pull up these results. It is going to be Logan Herbert with the win, Tyler Ducharme in second, Caleb Durgan in third. I see you. You're jumping all over the place, Shane. Going to be Ethan Bill in fourth. Damian Ward in fifth. Going to be Felix Waugh in that number 6 spot. Aaron Langley in 7th. Drew Alton in 8th. Colin Murphy in 9th. Michael Swank in 10th. Ben Jolly in 11th. Rockefeller 12th. Jordan LaFawn in 13th. Joseph Matthew in 14th. Eric McCarthy 15th. Watts in 16th. Brundage in 17th. And Matt Schaefer in that number 18 spot. All right, let's go ahead and pull these guys in if they are in my Discord. Let's go ahead. It does look like they're all in here. Well, hello. I'm just saying. All right, good run here tonight. Great racing for you guys. Durgan. Man, you were giving a Ducharme a run for his money for that number 2 spot, digging that bottom side. Then E-Bill got to be part of the party there. Got real interested. 4 cars really with a big chance to win here tonight. You come out third. Still got to be happy with that. Great battle up at the front.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really good up top early at all, and then the yellow came out, and the bottom came in a little on 1 and 2, and it was okay, but I just didn't have enough to clear Tyler. I feel like all 3 of us were pretty even pace. And Ethan was even pace with us too. I feel like us 4, they're the top 4, was pretty even pace. So it was a really good race. You know, Tyler and I were door to door for a handful of laps. So it was a good race.
Overall, a pretty clean race here tonight. You know, we've all been racing together a long time. Fairbury is quite an interesting track. You can get either a really great racing, or some really bad racing. It looks like it's struggled a little bit since the rebuild, but tonight definitely some good side by side racing in the big blocks.
Yeah, tonight wasn't bad. It was pretty racy. I mean, I don't really know how it was to pass. I didn't have to come up through the field, but I feel like if you were good enough, you could have. But you know, we were all the same pace. You know, Randy told me I wasn't gonna finish, and I finished better than him, and I actually made the show unlike him. So you know, it's a win in my books. Logan ran a great race. You know, I don't know. He didn't put 3 seconds on me like I put on him. Like I put on Randy, so I don't know what he has to run his mouth about this week, but I'm sure it'll be something.
All right, well, great run. Any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, everyone on this unit, everyone that supports me and the RJM Goose Pond, you know, Randy and all of his silly geese, that's where they hang out. So, yeah, you know, Tyler, and I don't know, where do we go next week?
You know, I barely know what I'm going to do tomorrow, let alone what we're doing next week. I have to look. I forget.
I don't know. I don't know what track's next week, but if it's a track that's not a bull ring, expect the 17 to be 3 seconds ahead like every other time.
Good run, Durgan. Ducharme,
Thanks, James.
man.
See you later.
Later. Ducharme, we don't get to see you grace our presence very often, but great run here tonight. You and Herbert, tough battle up there. Tried to slide a little bit of contact there, but overall, pretty good racing up at the front.
Yeah, track was good. It was really hard to pass. I mean, I think I was a little bit better early. He kind of got better in the middle part, and then I got better. I was a little better at the end. Uh, I don't race much anymore. Everyone knows, so I kind of just threw something together there, and we were really good. Didn't really appreciate getting drove through on the slider, but that was part of the game these guys play. So
You know, that coming back after being gone for a while. I mean, how hard is it to adjust at some of the pace of these guys that run every single week? I mean, you were on the sim a long time. A lot of things have changed. Definitely the way you race the cars is a little bit different. How hard is it to get back up to speed sometimes, especially with some of the top guys?
I mean, it takes a second. I mean, I got on probably like 30 minutes before, and everyone asked, "Oh, you're gonna race? You're gonna race?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll make us race." So I kind of messed around a little bit. Was decent. I mean, I kind of judged myself off of Caleb, and he was pretty decently fast. So I said, "Oh, well, I guess we'll run it." So qualified decent, heat race decent. Just I don't know, missed a little bit in the feature. I could have been a little bit better. Uh, I still think I should have won, but part of it, Logan ran a good race. He ran a good, smart race. He didn't mess up really at all. I mean, he messed up a couple times, but it was a good race.
Well, great run here tonight. Always fun to have you out there. Always fun to have you in the booth. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Ducharme Speed, Lucier, Chevrolet, Buick GMC, you know, everyone that helps out, Mike Buana for the wrap, Caleb for talking me into doing this. Stupid idea, but he talked me into doing it. And, you've been on the broadcast. I always like going back and watching them. So, and I don't know. I'm kind of surprised. I want to know where Caleb's traction control was at. I don't know.
It's not very good.
No, I
He
guess
needs to go ask for a refund
or something. I guess when I show up, the Bluetooth detector kicks in and they won't let it work. Something, I don't know, man. That's some wild accusations.
Well, good run here tonight, and hopefully we'll see you in another one soon.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Logan, I don't even want to interview you. No, I'm just kidding. Good run out there tonight. Tonight was a whole lot of not trying to make too many mistakes. You had big pressure behind you the whole time out of Tyler Ducharme. And then that final restart, you had E-Bill and Durgan. I mean, that had to be big pressure not to make a mistake.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we ran like 30 laps green flag, I'm pretty sure, with Ducharme half a second or closer to me, and it was up on the wall. I just tried not to make any mistakes, and when I did, I tried to just protect the pass because Fairbury can get racy, but they're 3 and 4. It's really hard to pass, and that's where you have to make your pass. And if someone's running a slider, there's nothing you can do but follow them.
You know, it's a lot of patience at Fairbury, and you know, people are going to throw sliders. Those sliders are big, but it kills a lot of momentum. How much is it just being patient, waiting for those sliders so you can cut them back under? I mean, we've seen Brundage and them throwing slide jobs like crazy in the back, and they were just back and forth the whole race. Is it just all about being patient to be able to cut somebody back under and get back in the throttle?
Yeah, it's not about just throwing a slide job whenever you can. It's about timing your slider and where you throw it, because Fairbury gets so slick that you can barely even be on the gas coming off the corner. So if you can't get in that attack coming off the corners, then you're just passing yourself, basically.
Well, great run here tonight in the 611. Good to see you out there and up at the front. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, everyone at RJM, you know, all my buddies in the pond. Let's see, you for broadcasting this, and I got one more message about tonight.
Okay. Oh, fuck was that?
If you know, you know.
All right. I don't know. But, okay. Tyler, I will see you later. I don't know what that was. Maybe I'm too old.
I don't know, I guess maybe they're trying to refer to spanking Caleb's ass. I don't know.
Oh, it's a belt.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's just all this petty drama is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
But it's part of it
that's
now.
what it was.
So
Yeah, it is. It's just, you know, we've had it through all stages of iRacing. It's nothing new.
I
mean,
it'll never change.
It'll never change. Good seeing you out here
It'll never
tonight.
change.
I will
Yeah.
hopefully catch you soon, bud.
Yep.
All right, we're going to go ahead and jump over into the super late models. I honestly thought that was going to be a little rougher than it was. Maybe that's why I didn't seem as enthused as usual. I figured it out afterwards. I did figure it out afterwards. And it makes sense. You know, the sound makes sense now. It's been a lot of years before they're trying to say they spanked them. That's why they got the belt. That's what that is. I get it. All right, we're going to get up into the super official. Remember 9:15 Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Randy. What are you waiting for? Oh, what? You didn't finish top 3. 7,000 SOF getting up into the supers. I don't mind if there's a little jarring between the top 3, but I don't want to just bring people in to jar at each other. All right, getting up into the World Outlaw super late models here tonight. 7,000 SOF. Looks like we got some big names in here tonight. Nathan Waddell out there once again. He's been making quite a few shows and putting on a show here tonight. I love you, Ham. I love you, Ham. Right now, Lucas Rourke at the top of the charts as we get ready for the World Outlaw late models here tonight at Lucas Oil. Probably one of my favorite tracks on the dirt side. I know some people don't like it, but definitely a great track here. As I got to get that session set up for my ARCA race here tonight, as these guys put the burn the track in, if I can frickin' talk. Honestly, I'm more excited about the ARCA cars than I am about anything else. The racing with the ARCA has been absolutely insane. I didn't know what to do with all the craziness going on with the schedule change that they made with the UMP modifieds, and man, this was definitely a no-brainer. Bringing in the ARCA cars on Monday nights has definitely been a treat for all of us, as it looks like they're going to close in on the end of practice here tonight. Let's see. Oh, I hate it when it freezes up like that. All right, who's going to be our first car out on the track? Just waiting for somebody to jump out there. Nobody has jumped out on the track yet to do qualifying. There we go. We got Matt Selby jumping onto the track. Appreciate you, Matt. I definitely needed somebody. You know, we used to do the Pro 2 lights every Friday night for the longest time, and then iRacing copied us. I mean, I joke and say they copied us. They started running it on week 13, and it kind of took the fun out of it.
Come on, 46 car. Fast time.
Oh, they're talking.
Valve cover came off. Yeah, I hate when that happens.
All right, so Selby going to come out here and try it again. Looks like Chase Copeland going to go out there with a 14.426, putting down a quick time. As we are back on with Matt Selby as he tries again. Did not like the way his lap was going, so he's going to come back out and try to put down another lap. Here comes Matt Selby with the lap. Will he put down a heater as he comes across the line? Let's see what kind of lap time Matt Selby is going to put down as Brady Thompson with the quick time right now. Lucas Rourke with the quick time. Ethan Johnson with the quick time. Selby is 11. All right, so that is going to be Matt Selby's qualifying time. Looks like we have Knox Lumley out on the track right now in the 00 machine, as he is going to go second quick with a 14.166. And there goes Hayden Tolson with the quick time, 14.143. Hayden Tolson going to go quick time here tonight. I think that might be pretty much the end of qualifying. I don't think anybody else has got a lap. Nope. Felix Waugh right now currently with the worst time, which is kind of a surprise. But look for him to move his way up through. So we've been going late afternoon. Gonna let it generate that.
Hey, good lap, Braden Donaldson. Really setting the world on fire back there.
One thing I gotta do. Sorry, I'm setting up the race session for the ARCA cars. Sorry about that, guys. As we are going to get ready for heat race number 1 here tonight. Starting on the pole in the number 327, it's going to be the kid, Hayden Tolson. Outside of him in the 00, I think that's what he's in right now, maybe. it is going to be Knox Lumley. Starting inside, row number 2, in the number 87 machine, it's going to be Daniel Elkins. Outside of him, in the number 83, it's going to be Colton Jordan. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be the 35 of Ethan Stuckwich. Outside of him, in the number 10, it's going to be Caden New. Starting inside, row number 4 here tonight, it is going to be the number 1 of Caden Reynolds. Outside of him, in the 31, it's going to be Robbie Buchanan. Then it's going to be Carson Jenkins starting inside row number 5. Caleb Durgan outside of him. Starting inside row number 6 in the 127, it's going to be Blake Majulis. Outside of him in the 46, it's going to be Matt Selby. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 91, it's going to be Felix Wah. These guys going to get ready for the green flag here tonight as Hayden Tolson going to bring them to the green as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Who's it going to be here tonight? Who's your pick? Who do you think is going to take? No. What the fuck did it do? Did it change my time? Okay, did it? Oh my God. I thought I said it was going to start at 8:56. And I'm like, no, I said 9:15. As they stack them up 2 by 2 out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Hayden Tolson leading the way side by side for second. Daniel Elkins going to dig the bottom side. Big run for Lumley down the back straightaway. He's going to keep second as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes Colton Jordan up underneath Elkins. Battle's going to be for third. Battle's going to be for second as they're 3, almost 4 wide down the back straightaway. Lumley overshot the corner, got way high, puts them 3, almost 4 wide. They're going to be 3 wide down into 1 and 2. Here comes Connor New in the number 10. Connor going to shift his way through there. Battle for second is absolutely epic as Hayden Tolson drives away with this one. Slide job by the 83 of Jordan. Here comes Elkins. Elkins back into that number 2 spot. Connor New below him as they come out of turn number 2. Man, this is a great race here as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Elkins going to lead this battle in the number 2 spot. He's got Connor New behind him, Jordan behind him, Buchanan, Lumley, and Reynolds currently in the show as it stands right now. Now Lumley on the bubble spot. Here comes Stuckwich up underneath. They're battling hard. Oh, they're 3 wide as the 83 of Jordan forces his way in the middle. Slide job by Colton Jordan, I think. I don't even know who's who anymore. Oh, Caden Reynolds, I meant. Caden's going to slide up. He's going to have that number 4 spot. Battle's going to be for 5th on back. Jordan in the way. They're going to take it 3, almost 4 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Big battle here for the transfer spot. Slide job. Buchanan parks it. Parks it on Lumley's nose. Lumley did not lift. They're both out of it as it stands.
What are we doing?
Jenkins now in it, in that number 7 spot. In the number 62, he's just got a ride as Selby and Buchanan duke it out for the number 8 position as they come out of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Tolson, Elkins, New, Reynolds, Jordan, Stuckwich, and Jenkins going into the feature here tonight. That was insane. 9:15. 9:15 for the ARCA. There is a practice, and I will be in there as soon as this race is over. All right, here we go. I just posted it in Discord, so everybody's got it. We're going to go ahead and stack them up for heat race number 2, starting on the pole here tonight. These flags are wild. In the number 18, it's going to be J.C. Floyd. Outside of him, in the number 11, it's going to be Ethan Johnson. Starting inside, row number 2, we got a pair of 5s on row number 2. Inside, it's going to be Lucas Rourke. Outside, Nathan Waddell. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be the number 45 of Sean Smith. Outside of him, in the number 71, it's going to be Brady Thompson. Starting inside, row number 4, in the number 17, it's going to be Mason Cassidy. Outside of him, it's going to be James Braswell. So Braswell in the number 109. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be the number 24 of Braden Donaldson. Outside of him in the number 43, it's going to be Devin Ferguson. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 11 spot inside row number 6, it's going to be the 444 of Derek Dryman. Outside of him in the number 1, it's going to be Chase Copeland. Looking for the green flag this time by as they come down the back straightaway. Who's it going to be here tonight in heat race number 2? Looking for that green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come out of turn number 4. JC Floyd leads the way. Ethan Johnson second. Here comes Lucas Rourke trying to look down low as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Who's going to lead lap number 1? JC might have pushed it a little too high. Johnson not able to take advantage. Floyd's going to lead lap number 1. Here comes Johnson down low. Johnson going to try to dig down low in that number 11. Is there 3 wide back in the pack as Lucas Rourke going to have a little bit of connection issue as Braswell's going to get big contact there. Him and Dryman wrecking for last in the turn number 1 and 2. Oh, he took out Copeland. Oh, Braswell around. Back up to the front as J.C. Floyd continues to lead Ethan Johnson in second. Here comes Lucas Rourke looking down low. He's looking for second. He's got Waddell behind him. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail for the top 4. Almost a contact. I'll tell you what, Lucas Rourke and Nathan Waddell trying to make a number 10 there as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail for this top 4. Here comes Lucas Rourke trying to look down low. Can't get up underneath him. Down into turn number 1 and 2. 3 laps to go. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for second. Definitely starting to pick up. This is not what Ethan Johnson wanted. He did not want this pressure. This is definitely going to affect his battle for the lead. He's going to jump down to the bottom side in 1 and 2. That's going to open the door for Rourke. Rourke to the high side. Down into turn number 3 and 4. That's what time will be in that session is right around 9:30. But the session opens up. Practice opens up at 9:15. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, J.C. Floyd leads the way. Lucas Rourke in second. Johnson third. Waddell, Cassidy, Thompson, and Donaldson going into tonight's feature. Smith, Ferguson, Copeland, Dryman, and Braswell going into our LCQ. So we are going to have about 10 cars, maybe 11 cars, 10 or 11 cars, 11 cars going into tonight's LCQ, and I'll tell you what, there are some names you don't expect to see in this one. It is going to be Matt Selby starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ in that number 46. Outside of him in the 45, it's going to be Sean Smith. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 31 machine, it's going to be Robbie Buchanan. Outside of him in the 43, it's going to be Devin Ferguson. Starting inside row number 3 here tonight in the number 91, it's going to be Felix Waugh. Outside of him in the number 1, it's going to be Chase Copeland. Nux Lumley did not grid up, so that's going to move Durgan, I think, up into that number. It's going to move Durgan up into that number 7 spot inside row number 4. Outside of him, it's going to be the 444 of Derek Dryman. Then inside row number 5 here tonight, it is going to be the 127 of Blake Majulis. Outside of him, in the number 109, it's going to be James Braswell. I'll tell you what, this is going to be awfully weird seeing Blake Majulis start this far back in an LCQ. It is weird seeing Blake Majulis in an LCQ just in general. So I'll be curious if he's able to do anything to race his way in as these guys got him stacked up looking for that green flag. This time by pace truck pulls off. Matt Selby leads the field. I almost expected him to start in turn 2, and I wouldn't have blamed him if he did. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, last chance qualifier. Top 4 transfer, green flag is out. Green flag is out. A little bit of a wonky start for Selby. He's able to hold on to it as they slide into 1 and 2, 3 wide. 3 wide for the lead for a second, but Selby able to hold on. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Robbie Buchanan. He's trying to gain some spots. Battle's going to be for third. That is not where you want to be. You don't want to be in that battle for third, fourth, because they are 2 and 3 wide behind you. This could get awfully interesting as they head into turn number 1 and 3 and 4. Sorry. Slide job by Ferguson, cut down by Buchanan. That's going to allow Selby to pull away. As Buchanan going to come back up the track. They're going to be 2 and 3 wide out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Ferguson into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, Buchanan going to dive back up underneath, down the back straightaway, into turn number 1 and front straightaway, into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track, the 31 of Buchanan trying to hold on, but here comes the 43 of Ferguson. Slides him into turn number 3 and 4. Cut down by Buchanan. Great battle for second as they head into turn number 1 and 2. 4 laps into this one. 6 laps to go. Plenty of time to make a mistake. Plenty of time to race your way in. Where is Majulis? Majulis stuck back here in traffic, not really in a spot to take this, but contact could be a thing here tonight as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Felix Wow is going to be done. Here comes Ferguson into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to slide him. Buchanan back with the cut down. 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Back and forth, back and forth. We got contact as Copeland goes around. So does Durgan. Copeland on his lid as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, Selby continues to enjoy his lead. There's quite a bit of space between the 4th place and the 5th place car of Blake Majulis. Majulis going to need some help or a lot of speed here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go. Here comes Ferguson up underneath Buchanan. Once again, out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. He gets back in line. Sean Smith all over their tail into turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. 1 lap to go here in the LCQ. These guys did calm down a bit when they got some space between them and the 5th place car, but here comes Sean Smith down low. He gets into Ferguson.
I don't think that's the
Ferguson
line.
able to hold on to it. It's going to be Selby.
Wrong.
Buchanan, Ferguson, Smith going to the feature here tonight. Braswell, Majulis, Dryman, Durgan, Copeland, Waugh, and Lumley are going home. All right, guys, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Tonight's World of Outlaw late models. Let's get ready as it is going to be 50 laps here tonight. Starting on the pole in the 327, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Outside of him in the number, God, I always forget. In the number 18, it's going to be JC Floyd. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 87, it's going to be Daniel Elkins. Outside of him in the number 5, it's going to be Lucas Rourke. Starting inside of row number 3 in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Connor New. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Ethan Johnson. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 1 machine, it's going to be Caden Reynolds. Outside of him in the number 5, it's going to be Nathan Waddell. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 83, it's going to be Colton Jordan. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Mason Cassidy. Starting inside row number 6 in the number 35, it's going to be Ethan Stuckwich. Outside of him in the number 71, it's going to be Brady Thompson. Starting inside row number 7 here tonight in the number 62 machine, it's going to be Carson Jenkins. Outside of him in the number 24, it's going to be Braden Donaldson. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, it is going to be our B main Warriors starting on the inside of row number 8, the number 46 of Matt Selby. Outside of him in the number 31, it's going to be Robbie Buchanan. Starting inside row number 9, in the number 43 machine, it's going to be Devin Ferguson. Then rounding out the field, last but not least, the 45 of Sean Smith. Looking for the green flag here tonight as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Tolson going to hold the lead. It's going to be side by side for second as Elkins tries to hold that bottom side. JC Floyd going to take it. Here comes Lucas Rourke in that number 5. Lucas looking to make a little bit of noise here tonight in that number 5 machine as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, he's going to slide his way into third. Battle is going to be for fourth as here comes Connor New. Down low, Ethan Johnson thinking about 3 wide. Not able to get the nose there as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, going to be single file for the top 3. Battle's going to be for fourth on back. Here comes Connor New in that number 10 machine. Down the back front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, it is going to be Hayden Tolson leading the way. I don't know where my phone was. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway, here comes Connor New holding strong on the bottom side with Elkins to his outside as we got contact further back. Waddell up to the high side around Ethan Johnson. Ethan Johnson losing some spots in that number 11 machine as Waddell moving forward in the number 5. Look for some of these setups to come alive as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, Battle up ahead. Here comes Connor New continuing to roll that bottom side as they come out of turn at number 2 down the back straightaway. He's got the number 4 spot. He's looking for more up underneath JC Floyd. So Lucas Rourke had made the pass and moved into the number 2 spot. I missed it watching the battle with Nathan Waddell. Waddell and Johnson is Johnson and Waddell going at it once again. Waddell up underneath out of turn number 4. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It is going to be Hayden Tolson continuing the lead as Connor New continues to commit to that bottom side. He's going to move to the top side after I say that in 1 and 2. Let's see if he moves to the bottom in turn number 3 and 4. No, it looks like Connor New. Oh, he's going to run the cut down out of turn number 4. Down out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. These guys are going to just kind of settle in at this point. Lucas continuing to have some internet connection issues. Contact between Cassidy and Buchanan. Buchanan trying to make his way up through the field in that number 31 machine. He's got to fall back in line. He's up 3 spots right now. Him and Ferguson are biggest movers as it stands right now out of turn number 2. Battle up here between Johnson and Caden and Reynolds starting to heat up here for that number 7 spot as Waddell finally breaks away in the number 6 spot, trying to move his way forward. Elkins all over the back of Connor New as the battle from second on back is really heating up as Hayden Tolson driving away out of turn number 2. So it's Hayden Tolson putting some separation between him and the rest of the field as the battle for second is definitely starting to pick up, really picking up for third as Connor New has moved back to the bottom side. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, here comes JC Floyd. He wants the 2 spot back. He's going to slide Rourke back with the cut down. Floyd's going to have it at the line that time by, but Lucas Rourke going to slide him into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes JC Floyd. Connor New looking lower. Doesn't take it 3 wide out of 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by JC Floyd. Here comes Rourke back down low, looking into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide him into turn number 1 and 2. Easy cut down by Floyd. Floyd going to have the run out of turn number 2. He's going to ship it into 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Rourke gets a big run. He's trying to get the run down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Lucas going to Rourke going to slide him into turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes JC Floyd. Floyd going to send it into turn number 3 and 4. Rourke with a great run. He's starting to get that momentum, starting to build up and gain on that number 18, trying to get that number 2 spot back as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Connor New up over the cushion. That opens the door for Daniel Elkins. Oh, Connor New in the wall in 3 and 4. Connor New stepped on his dick there up over the cushion, then does it again and gets in the wall. He's going to do it a third time. Breaks the spoiler, all F4. He's out of here. Down, back up to that number 2 spot. Down, up, back, whatever the fuck I just said. As the battle for second continues to rage. JC Floyd in that number 3 spot, trying to reel back in Lucas Rourke. Rourke in the number 2 position. Daniel Elkins in 4th. Nathan Waddell in that number 5 spot. Nathan Waddell, our favorite former pro dirt late model racer, in that number 5 machine. As they come out of turn number 2, here comes Caden Reynolds. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Top dirt racer Nathan Waddell, he's got many names. As they head through turn number 1 and 2, he's going to keep that spot, as now Ethan Johnson and Reynolds going to duke it out behind him into turn number 3 and 4. 23 laps into this one as they come down the front straightaway. That ARCA session should be just about open, guys. If you guys are looking to run the ARCA sessions, should be open within 1 to 2 minutes if it isn't already, as the battle for second is still about the same. No, the battle for third is there, as Elkins has found some speed and found the back end of the number 18 of JC Floyd. So battle for third starting to heat up. We're going to go back to this battle, though, for the number 6 spot, as Johnson tries to hold on, as he's got a whole bunch of Reynolds behind him into turn number 1 and 2. Now, Johnson did make his way back around Reynolds. Reynolds had passed him at one point earlier. Is he picking up speed in that number 11? Could a caution change things up a little bit here tonight? It could be interesting if we get one, but right now it is looking lean and green as we are past the halfway point. 27 laps complete for Hayden Dolson. Will he run into lap traffic? I mean, he's got a little ways to go. I don't know if he will. I might have somebody in front of him. Does he? Nope, things are pretty calm, but they are trying to wreck back here in the back of the pack. Almost wrecking for last as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is crazy back here as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. These guys beating and banging hard back in the pack as the 24. Donaldson going to give the door to Selby. Donaldson up the track into Selby. Almost wrecks himself as they slide through 3 and 4. Thompson into the tire. Up the track. He is going to go ahead and stop on the track down the front straightaway and draws the caution flag, then gets out of there. All right, so something was going on here before between these guys. So let's see. I'm not going to be able to go back far enough, but we're going to go take a... Is it? It should be. A little bit of contact. You know, that isn't on Selby. I don't know if there was some beef already there, but definitely was not on Selby in any way there, as we get the first caution flag of the night. There is one driver that did not want to see that one. It is going to be the 327 of Hayden Tolson, as he had quite the lead. Now that is gone there too, his back bumper. 20 laps to go. It's going to be 19 laps to go when they take the green flag. Going to be awfully interesting to see how this one might end tonight. Can we keep it green the rest of the way? Well, guys, we got at least one more lap of pacing. What do you guys think? You think we can keep it green the rest of the way? I mean, we just did a 30-lap run. 19 laps to go when they take the green flag. Can they keep it green? It is going to be 1 to go at the line. Hayden Olson going to lead into the green flag. Lucas Rourke with a ton of speed in that number 5 machine. That is one car I definitely wouldn't want to see with me after that long green flag run. You definitely don't know what he has left in the tank. As they come out of turn number 2, we are looking for that green flag this time by... Looks like we got some jumping back out on the track. Selby and Donaldson coming off of pit road as they come out of turn number 4. Tolson, delayed it, didn't it? It delayed the start. That is unfortunate. So they got to wait for the pace car. Everybody stops. We're going to try this one again. All right, re-racking them up as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Look for that pace car to pull off as they head into turn number 1 and 2. This isn't the easiest pit road to get on and off of, and we've seen that there as we got a delayed start as they come out of turn number 2. Tolson going to lead him to the green flag. Lucas Rourke in second. And who else has some speed? I'll tell you what, we've seen a couple cars picking up the speed. Johnson looked like he started to pick up the pace. Don't count out Nathan Waddell as they head out of turn number 4. Green flag is out, and now Elkins was picking up the pace. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4, down into 1 and 2. They're going to dive down to the bottom side, looking for Tolson to make a mistake. He doesn't as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. JC Floyd going to roll the bottom side, take advantage of those cool tires after the break. Definitely can get some speed down low as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Lucas Rourke in that number 5. Tolson had all that breathing room. Now he's got them breathing down his neck as they come out of turn number 4 with 17 laps to go. I said to watch the number 11. Ethan Johnson definitely picking up the pace here in that number 11. He's looking for 4th down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, battle for the lead. A little bit of contact as Lucas Rourke all over the back of Hayden Tolson. Somehow they don't wreck into turn number 1 and 2. JC Floyd going to take advantage. He's going to dive out of turn number 2. Takes the lead into turn number 3 and 4. They knock Tolson up into the dirt. Tolson's going to go backwards. That is wild as Tolson gets shafted out of the lead as JC Floyd leads the way down the front back straightaway. Here comes Ethan Johnson in that number 11 machine. He's definitely picking up the pace as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, JC Floyd leads the way. Johnson hunting for more as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Big contact between Rourke and Tolson. Going to cost Tolson the lead. Rourke falls back to the number 3 spot. And JC Floyd and Ethan Johnson, the beneficiaries, as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Will this be able to hold on as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2? 12 laps to go out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Battle for the number 3 spot. Here comes Caden Reynolds down low, digging out of turn number 4, looking for the number 3 spot as he gets up underneath Lucas Rourke, looking for more out of turn number 2. I thought JC Floyd was fading. He is proving me wrong as he continues to lead this one after taking the lead. Ethan Johnson in second. Battle is going to be for that number 3 spot. Looks like Johnson trying to find a little bit of speed, trying to catch that number 18 machine. Will he be able to do it as they come out of turn number 4? Contact for the number 3 spot. Down into 1 and 2. Don't count out Hayden Tolson. Tolson, he's looking for more. He's going to get up underneath Lucas. Remember, they made contact earlier. Could there be more contact coming between the 5 and the 327? Through turn number 1 and 2, 8 laps to go down the back straightaway. Can Ethan Johnson catch the 18 of JC Floyd? Lucas Rourke trying to hold on to a top 3. Tolson trying to get back what was stolen. He's back in the number 5 spot as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes Tolson all over the back of the 1 of Reynolds. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Reynolds up the track. Tolson looking down low. Keep an eye on the battle up here. We're back to the battle for 3rd as Lucas Rourke continues to hold on for now out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 5 laps to go. Contact as Tolson gets up underneath Caden Reynolds through turn number 1 and 2. Tries to drive out of 2. They make contact out of 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Slide job by Tolson. Here comes Caden Reynolds. Down low. Buchanan out of the LCQ. He's up to the number 10 spot. Buchanan goes low. Gives the door to the 1. Tolson going to ride way up high as here comes Elkins. Elkins takes advantage. He gets a 3 for 1. Elkins up into that number 4 position, able to get around all of them as there's contact. Tolson getting tossed around as they head through turn number 1 and 2. JC Floyd continues to lead. Ethan Johnson in second. Lucas Rourke in third. Johnson slips up. Rourke is there. 2 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. Man, they are leading into each other for 4th. Elkins up the track as him and Buchanan make contact. It is getting rough. Elbows up into turn. Oh, man, this is just horrible. This is some trash fucking driving right here. Just wreck it, guys. Just fucking wreck it, because you're all fucking stupid. JC Floyd is going to take the win here tonight. Ethan Johnson in second. Lucas Rourke in third. Sean Smith in fourth. Caden Reynolds in fifth. Nathan Waddell in sixth. That had to be one of the most ridiculous fucking races I've ever seen at the end there. All right. We're going to go watch some real racing, guys. It's going to be JC Floyd with the win. Ethan Johnson in second. Lucas Rourke in third. Going to be Sean Smith in the number 5 spot. Caden Reynolds in 5th. Nathan Waddell in the number 6 spot. Ethan Stuckwich in 7th. Hayden Tolson in 8th. Going to be Colton Jordan in the number 9 spot. Daniel Elkins in 10th. Mason Cassidy in 11th. Selby in the number 12 spot. Thompson in 13th. Carson in 14th. Braden Donaldson in 15th. Devin Ferguson 16th. Buchanan 17th. And Connor New in that number 18 spot. We're going to go ahead and jump out of here. I'm sure we won't see any of these guys in my Discord. We'll take a look, but we're going to go ahead and pull out of there and get into the ARCA race. If any of those guys jump in the top 3, we will grab them. But right now, we're going to go jump over into this. Let me make sure I do it as a watch. Who do we got at Weedsport right now? that was nuts. That was there was a lot of things I wanted to say that would get me banned on certain platforms, like, you know, TikTok. Yeah, we'll call it. They were a little redacted, because I definitely have to redact that statement or I get banned. Same letter, different word. Kind of makes me feel like I should only be doing the ARCA series. I have a feeling we're going to have a rough season with the big blocks and the supers, the way that just went, and the way I know the tempers are going over on the big block side. That is unfortunate. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drivers over in the ARCA series. Unfortunate we only have that many drivers, but hey, they'll put on a better show than we just watched. We still do have some time. If you guys are not in the ARCA race, but they do have some time to go ahead and join. It is Weedsport. A lot of people might think it's a little crazy. I think it's going to race great. I did some laps. I thought the combo was pretty good. We're going to see what these guys say. I do feel like some of our asphalt guys might struggle a little. Zach Lovelace will probably do all right. I've been on the track with him. All right, so we are up in this session. We might have the paints might still be updating, but we're going to go ahead and jump in here. They are still updating. Marco. Marco.
Hello.
I'm sure you guys are going to do a better job than the super guys just did. It actually looks really good. How do you guys feel out there?
It's tight, but it's going to be good racing.
All right, so these guys out on the track here tonight at Weedsport in the ARCA cars. Looks like Tyler Mayo going to make an appearance as they pile into turn number 1 and 2. These guys have to be super patient. Remember, there are no fast repairs here tonight. If they want to survive, they got to keep those cars good and clean. I'm probably going to grab a water here. We do have about 6 more minutes of practice here tonight as these guys are side by side. Jacob Fields up to the number 2 spot. If he can find speed early on, he could be a contender. Somebody go check on Remington. He did crash near the ambulance though. All right, so it looks like Tucker Holiday up in here. So they're starting to pile in a little bit. We're going to have to see some patience here tonight. Right now, it looks like everybody's going to run the feature. We'll see how this goes. Zach Lovelace out there. He's running about middle of the pack. No surprise there, out of an asphalt guy. But I'll tell you, I've seen him run a 358 race here before. Lovelace should be pretty good. He is rolling that bottom. You know it's wild when Lovelace is sparking off the inside wall. All right, so I'm going to grab a drink real quick, guys. You watch this. I'll be right back. All right, had to yell at the kids. All right, I am back. As these guys are out there doing some laps. Yes, I just ran upstairs. Came back down. Shane Pearson should be back, I imagine. Tucker is gone. Tucker may not be back. Pretty light field here tonight. We're going to see who all we get. Weedsport is not the easiest track. If you are not used to it, you got to be very patient. Right now, Landon Moody out there with the quick time. Jacob Fields goes around. Let's see who is who. All right, we're going to see if we get anybody else out in here. Tyler Mayo out there putting down some laps. Mayo, you got to drive it. Just be very patient. Easy on the throttle. Drive it like a dirt car. I don't drive dirt cars like that, though. All right, so we are about 1 minute left till qualifying as we are going to jump in. You're going to have 3 minutes, 3 laps, guys. Remember, 3 minutes, 3 laps for your qualifying. Unless we get a big rush of people, everybody is making the feature here tonight, and it will probably not run the LCQ. All right, do we have any late comers as I jump over here? It does not look like we got any late drivers coming in. It is going to be all about patience. It does look like Shane made it back in here. I'm not surprised. I did expect him to make it back in. Tucker, the only one that is not out there. These guys got to be very, very patient with the throttle. That is the one thing I have figured out with these, is they are super fun to drive, but you just got to be patient. You got to drive it like a dirt car, as that is going to be the end of practice. We're going to get into qualifying here tonight. Tyler, we got Klob coming in. He's coming in to Klob somebody. Oh, no, he left. Never mind. Was he spotting? Oh, he's just watching. He was just spectating. Tyler. All right, we're going to get him in here. He might come in and race. Maybe that's why he left. Let's see. It looks like Jake King going to be the first one to jump out on the track in that number 8 machine to do his first lap of the night. 3 laps here. Oh, he's going to get loose. It's all right. That's all right. That's all right. You got 3 laps. Don't overdrive it. All right, he's going to set it into turn number 3 of 4. This is going to be his first lap. It was a throwaway lap. Let's see if he can do better here on lap number 2. He's going to set it in on the cushion, able to drive it down the back straightaway. You can see almost into the wall. I don't think he got a 0x there. Let's see if he puts down a lap time as he comes out of turn number 4. And he is going to get a clean lap in there. Tyler Autry gets a clean lap. So what is that, a 9? Can't freaking see it. 9.22. Yeah, it is. Moody gonna go quick time with a 16.819. So Landon Moody to the top of the charts. Jacob Fields out there in the 007. He got the quick time last week and the extra 5 bonus points. He does not want Moody to get it. Let's see if he can go ahead and get a quick time here. Once again, carrying 5 more points into this week's racing. As he comes across the line, quick time with a 16.692. Jacob Fields with the quick time. Oh, he is going to try to rack up these bonus points as we are going to. Oh, we got another one. Ember Thomas. Remington James up to the number 2 spot. Good lap out of Remington James as he's going to jump up into second. All right, so we got Ember Thomas. Is definitely, yeah, you can't park there. It is not very fast in that position. Shane Haas up in the number 7 spot. All right, so this is just about the end of qualifying here. Looks like Thomas may or may not get a lap in. We're going to find out here. Definitely struggling with that number 25. There you go. Took you a minute. Now you look better. Now you look better. No practice doesn't help. That's not bad. Not for a first time around. What you get? 17.644. Not horrible. Yeah, that was a pretty quick learning process. That was actually impressive how much speed you picked up that quick. All right, guys, just a reminder, we know the chat is the biggest thing here. If you got a problem with somebody, I don't care if you want to mic up and tell them they're a fucking moron, but let's leave it at 1 and done. All starts will be on leader. There's going to be no cautions here in the heat races. We shouldn't have an LCQ, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. It is going to be, and then we got the feature. It looks like everybody's going to make it here tonight, so this is just for position. Remember, for those of you in the points, each one of these spots are worth 1 point here in the heat race. Good luck, have fun, and of course, watch the stream. All right, we're going to be looking for that green flag as they're going to get one to go at the line. You know, Moody, Field said if you're going to beat him in the feature, he's going to at least grab those bonus points for getting the pole. All right, we are going to get them stacked up 2 by 2. Looking for the green flag as Jacob Fields and Landon Moody set up side by side. Who's it going to be here in heat race number 1? This is actually going to be pretty good. Remember, guys, you got no fast repairs here tonight with the feature. Be patient. As they head him into turn number 3 and 4, going to be Jacob Fields leading him to the green flag. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. I will tell you, I do know, I'm pretty sure Remington did a little bit of practice before this race. He asked me where they were racing. So, that he got that quick time, a second quick time here in qualifying. He could be a contender as Fields easily takes the lead as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Moody going to try to look low. Fields going to shoot up high, up on the cushion as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Fields leading the way as they complete 2 laps. 8 laps here for heat race number 1. Fields going to lead it. Moody's going to close the gap into turn number 1 and 2. I'll tell you what, these are the 3 I expect to be battling for the championship. I'll jog it, don't worry. You look good though. You got that second quick time as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Here comes Moody. Moody with the lead that time by. Little bit of contact in 1 and 2 as Fields going to beat him up on the top side out of turn 2. Great racing down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Fields going to lead the way out of turn number 4 as they complete halfway. 4 laps to go down into 1 and 2. Moody gets back in line. Here comes Autry in the number 24. Down the back straightaway. Oh, Fields gets the wall. That's going to open the door for Moody. So hard to be perfect. So hard not to want to hit the gas too hard. Fields going to keep it off the wall. He's going to keep the lead that time. Moody down low. Fields going to hold it up on the top side out of turn number 2. Great racing down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Fields up high. Moody slides him. Cut down by Fields. Fields going to keep the lead that time by Autry, just hoping they get together with 2 laps to go down into 1 and 2. Autry with the best seat in the house in that number 24. Oh, no. Moody and Autry into the wall. That's going to give Fields a little bit of breathing room as they get the white flag. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go down into turn number 1 and 2. Moody going to move down to the bottom. Fields going to get on the gas down the back straightaway. Moody can't do anything with it. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Fields going to try to take the win. He is going to take the win here in heat race number 1. Give it to Jacob Fields. Landon Moody in second. Tyler Autry third. Shane Haas in fourth. Tyler Mayo in fifth. And Thomas in that number 6 spot. You know what? No practice coming out here. These are the practice laps for Thomas. We're going to say way to go. And we are going to get ready for heat race number 2. That was a great race. All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2, looking for the green flag pretty quick here. Just a reminder, the start is on a leader. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be the number 36 of Remington James. Outside of him in the number 8, it's going to be Jake King. Starting inside, row number 2, it's going to be Kenny Storkson. Outside of him in the 00, it's going to be Zach Lovelace. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be the number 2 of Shane Pearson. Outside of him in the 69, it's going to be Clint Sheehan. We're going to get ready for the green flag. Everybody going to make it through? No, it's too late. We already did qualifying. We're in heat race number 2. It won't let you. As they come out of turn number 4, pace lights are out. We are going green flag this time by. Looking for that green flag, my home track. This is one of my home tracks, I would say. I used to race here at one point. It's only about 20 minutes probably from me, 25 minutes. Then we got Oswego that's even closer, and Fulton is not on here, so That's the closest one. Brewerton's not far. So, yeah, definitely one of my home tracks as the green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Remington going to take the lead down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Jake King behind him. King's going to go to the bottom side out of turn number 2, looking for the lead. James is going to get tight down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. That gives the lead to Jake King into turn number 3. Jake going to slide up the track, cut down by Remington as they come to the line. Jake King is going to lead lap number 1. Remington gets into him, but they keep it straight. Great battle between Kenny and Lovelace behind him. Good battles on the track as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Remington's going to slide up the track. Jake King looks up underneath. Give the lap to the 36. Oh, you dropped because of no practice? That's unfortunate. Ransomville's your home track? Nice. Out of turn number 4, going to be 3 laps complete. We got 5 laps to go. Remington James has got it together in that car right now, starting to pull away from the field. And I'll tell you what, now no surprise here, but it looks like Lovelace starting to get a handle on that 00, trying to close the gap on second through turn number 3 and 4. The top 4 in this field looking pretty close here tonight as they head into 1 and 2. This could be a great race. These guys just have to be patient here as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. James looking real good through 3 and 4. He's going to get 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go as they come across the line. James pulling away from King. Lovelace in the number 3 spot. Storkson in the number 4 position as Clint Sheen. Oh, looks like Shane. Did he leave? Oh, Shane went ahead and left, so we just slimmed out the field a little bit as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be white flag this time by can Remington James hold it together for one more lap as they get the white flag. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go down the back straightaway. Going to be Remington James in that number 1 spot. Jake King trying to chase him down through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Give the win to Remington James. Jake King in second. Lovelace, Storkson, and Clint Sheehan rounding out the field. Good job, Clint. Actually, that isn't bad for Clint. He didn't go a lap down. He kept up some pace. I don't know if there was contact between him and Shane, but good job for Clint Sheehan as they complete heat race number 2, and we are going to get ready for tonight's main event. All right, we are going to get, hopefully this, trying to think, yeah, 15, right? Oh, we should make that. We should make the UMP race no problem today. Goes up at 15, right? Hit 30 minutes. All right, so we are good. We are good. Let's go ahead and get tonight's starting lineup as they pull out on the track. It is going to be Remington James starting on the pole here tonight. Or sorry, Jacob Fields starting on the pole here tonight. Remington James in second. Going to be Landon Moody in that number 3 spot. Jake King in 4th. Tyler Autry going to start in the number 5 position. Zach Lovelace in 6th. Shane Haas in 7th. Kenny Storkson going to start in that number 8 spot. Tyler Mayo in 9th. Starting in the number 10 spot, it is going to be Clint Sheehan, and it looks like Ember Thomas is going to make the race here tonight as they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag this time by. All right, guys, remember, no fast repairs. Be patient here tonight. It is a 40-lap race. You got plenty of time to make moves and other people to make mistakes. Went to Weedsport for the first time earlier this year. There was just no paramedics. Weedsport is a great track for sure. I live closest to Fulton. Fulton Speedway is the closest racetrack for me. What's up? Long time no see. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Green flag's out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Jacob Fields going to take the lead. Here comes Moody up underneath James. This is what Jacob Fields needed. The track really tends to come to Fields through the night. It's at the beginning of these races that he seems to struggle. Right now, he's got the lead. If these guys could battle it out for a little bit. Oh no, Moody made a mistake. How did he save it as they come out of turn number 2? That was impressive, honestly. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, going to be Jacob Fields leading the way. Moody on the inside. Here he comes into turn number 1 and 2. James up high. They're going to make a little contact out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Drag race into 3. Great battle for second as Jacob Fields is loving it here tonight as he drives down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Hey, I get it. It's good to see you, though. Definitely good to see you. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, Landon Moody trying to roll that bottom side with Remington James up high. Man, they are so even as they come out of turn number 4. Moody going to fall in line as they head into 1 and 2. Can they catch the 007? I'll tell you, Moody feels like he can do it. He really wants to find his way around the 36 of Remington James as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, a little bit of contact as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Moody gets back down low, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Will he try to throw the slider into turn number 3? He does, but it's not there. Has to back out of it out of turn number 4. That cost Moody. He did not commit to that slide, and he had to back out of it. Gets back in line, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Will he do it this time? He does. Oh, they make a little contact. James has got to back out of it. Moody to the number 2 spot. I think Moody expected him to lift and try the cut down, but he did not. He stayed into it as Autry going to get into Remington James. They're trying to wreck. Oh, James hard on the wall. Oh, Lovelace into him. Caution flag comes out. We're going to watch it here. They just ran out of room altogether. He was running the cut down. Autry was coming up. It just ran out of room. Oh, my God. Nowhere for Lovelace to go. Minor damage. So the caution flag comes out here for the first time tonight. Looks like Remington is going to be down on pit road. As they're having a little bit of conversation out there. All positive, all positive. I know you want to say Darm, though. All right, so Moody tried to throw the slide. It just did not work. Kind of checked up the field. Remington trying to hold on and keep some of his spots. They get together. He was trying hard. Autry was trying to take advantage, and yeah, just contact hard racing out there tonight. Dirty words. Yeah. I mean, Moody tried to throw the slide. It just didn't clear, and you know he didn't mean that. It was just he was trying something, and then yeah. The ARCA cars to me have been the best. They have been the best. Not to take the trucks are decent, but the ARCA cars, for whatever reason, have been the best. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. I bet you Fields wishes you were still there, Remington. Down into 1 and 2. Fields going to slide up the track. Here comes Landon Moody trying to cut up underneath. Fields going to get on the gas. Drives it down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Moody. Moody slides it into turn number. Oh, he keeps it down low. Fields going to chase it on the outside. Who's going to have it at the line? It was a dead heat at the line as they head into 1 and 2. Moody thinks about the slide. It's not there. Keeps it low. Big drive on the outside by Fields. Side by side into turn number 3 and 4. Fields wishes it would go back to where it was before the caution flag. They still race good. It's just, man, it is so much better. These are amazing. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway here. And a lot of this is new. Like, we've never ran them here at Weedsport. This is the first time. We're just learning, but the racing has been great. down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Fields continues to lead. Moody stalking him in the number 84. We knew this is what we were going to see. And look who is in third. Tyler Autry in the number 24. You know, the best thing to happen to him would be these two getting together. That would give him big. That would definitely help him in the points. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, Jacob Fields continues to lead the way. Moody had to get back in line as we are 12 laps into this one through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, Fields continues to lead. Moody in second, Autry in third, Jake King in fourth, Kenny Storkson in that number 5 spot. Great run for him. Here comes Lovelace working his way back up through the field as he is now starting to hound Shane Haas for that number 6 spot. I'll tell you what, I think Lovelace is better than where he's running. That contact with him and Remington definitely did not help him. We'll see if he's able to move his way up through. Watch for Lovelace in the 00 as no, Clint's going to slow roll the high side out of turn number 4, trying to stay out of the way as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes Moody looking down low, up underneath the 007 of Jacob Fields. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's not there, Moody. He's got to back out of it on a turn 4. Fields is going to keep the lead. Fields is going to need a new fire suit after this one. A new sim rig seat. On a turn number 2, down the back straightaway, is going to be Fields back to the lead. Moody continuing to hound as they come out of turn number 4. Jacob Fields is going to be putting a seat cover on his sim rig seat next week after that move. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Fields continues to lead the way. Landon Moody in second. Tyler Autry in third. Jake King solidly in that number 4 spot. Kenny having a fantastic run in 5th. Shane, you're sideways. Oh, Shane's going to get loose up the track. Opens the door for Zach Lovelace. Can Lovelace move his way? I think Lovelace can move his way into the top 5. We're going to see a battle, I'm sure, between Kenny and Lovelace. Back up to the front. Moody continues to hound the 007 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Goes back to the bottom. Fields up high, side by side on a turn number 4. It is 20 laps complete. We are halfway through down into 1 and 2. I'll tell you what, if you're Jacob Fields and you got Moody all over your back bumper, you are like, man, I still have 20 more laps to go here tonight with Landon Moody behind me. He's got to be sweating as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. 21 laps complete. Looks like Moody had to back off a little bit. Does Fields have the pace to keep out in front as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4? Clint Sheehan just ahead. Oh, I just noticed Remington made it back out. Oh, Clint in the wall. Keep it in the wall, Clint. Keep it in the wall as they come out of turn number 4. Or 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Fields, Moody, Autry, King. Oh, no. Oh, no. Clint hard into the wall. We're going to give Remington a wave around. I don't remember if I don't think we've had a situation where somebody was a lap down. So I can't turn on lucky dogs with cautions off. So if you are 1 lap down and we do get a caution, I will give you the wave around. Oh, yeah, okay, it does have you. Okay. I said 1 that you probably need a seat cover next week after racing with Landon Moody in that 1 move, and 2, I couldn't remember if I did wave rounds before or not. I don't think we've had the issue with somebody a lap down, but I am going to do wave rounds. Were you already on the? I thought you were a lap down, Remington. Okay, you are. Never mind. All right, we're going to be looking for that green flag as they got them stacked up 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. Shh. Shh. What's up, Laboon? You should have been out here. Actually been some good racing as Jacob Fields going to lead the way down into turn at number 3 and 4. Landon Moody to his outside. Looking for that green flag. Who's it going to be? Oh, man. Landon tried to anticipate that one. Misanticipated it. Fields going to keep the lead down into 1 and 2. Fields going to get the drive off of turn number 2. Moody down low, nose to tail, out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Fields out front with 15 laps to go. Can he hold on? Jacob Fields out front, Landon Moody in second. Tyler Autry in third. Jay King looks like he's got a little bit of speed now in that number 5 spot, as it looks like Lovelace has finally taken that number 5 spot. Battle between Mayo and Kenny Storkson starting to turn up a little bit as they come out of turn number 4. Let's move back up to the lead as Moody continues to go to work on Jacob Fields. Down into turn number 3 and 4, 26, making 27 laps in the books. Fields leads the way. Landon Moody in second. How about Tyler Autry? He's had a great run here each week in the number 24. Not able to gain any ground on Moody, but definitely holding strong as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. If Fields could hold on, he'll maximize the points, but I'll tell you what, Moody's going to make it tough on him as Moody gets up underneath, down the back, straight away into 3 and 4. Here comes Moody. Is he going to slide? He does, as Fields comes back with the cut down. Moody going to lead that time by as they head into 1 and 2. Fields going to throw it in down on the bottom. Oh, Moody up into the wall. They're side by side. Down the back straightaway. Touch a little bit. Drag race into turn number 3 and 4. Fields going to throw the slide into turn number 3 and 4. Moody does not back out. Gives it gas out of turn 4. Now it's for sure the new race leader, Landon Moody, into 1 and 2. Oh, my God. That was nuts. That was a whole lot of give and take, as these guys able to keep it together as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Moody with the lead. Jacob Fields in second. Tyler Autry in third. Great racing there. Let's go back here and find us a battle. Looks like Mayo has lost some ground as Shane Haas sideways out of turn 4. You know, I appreciate Shane coming here. I know this is not the easiest track, and these guys always. It is. Look, the ARCA cars have been great. Last week, if you did not watch last week was absolutely amazing. Not to take anything away from this week, but last week was phenomenal. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 7 laps to go. Landon Moody with the lead. Fields trying to get some ground back on the number 84 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, it is going to be Landon Moody leading the way. Jacob Fields second. Tyler Autry in third. King in fourth. Lovelace in fifth. Remington James has raced his way back up into the number 6 spot as he comes out of turn 4. Remington James moving his way forward. Fields is not letting the 84 get away. It looks like he's finding some speed as they got lap traffic up ahead. Shane Haas going to stay down on the bottom side. Down the front straightaway into turn at number 1 and 2. Don't jump the wall, Shane, as Moody tries to hold on down the back straightaway. Fields all over the back of the 84 like a bad habit as they head through turn at number 3 and 4. He's found the speed. Now can he find his way around? 4 laps to go at the line. He's in the back bumper of the 84. Moody able to hold on. He's got to find the run, and he's got to try to clear the slider. It's good. Oh, no, he gets in the back of Moody. Moody goes around. Oh, no, Tyler Autry going to take the lead as they come through turn number 3 and 4. What happened here? Oh, just... It just ultimately looked like it was bad timing. It looked like Landon saw you getting the run and had a little bit of tire spin there and got a little tiny sideways before he got to his bumper. If you want to get the EOL, just I'll give you an extra lap. Just drive through the pits. I said at the beginning of this I wasn't going to give you EOLs, but if you want to take it, just drive through the pits and give it to yourself. I'll give you an extra lap if you need it. It is great. What's up, Zachary? As they head into turn number 1 and 2, we are getting the green flag this time by. Oh, I think. Oh, Nevin was watching. Yeah, I think it was just. I know Moody's frustrated, but it is what it is. You know, like. Autry has the opportunity to gain some points as he's got 3 laps to go. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Autry leads the way out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Can he hold on for 2 more laps when he crosses the line? Jake King trying to close the gap. 2 more laps to go. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Jake King. We got a battle for the lead out of turn number 2. Could Lovelace, could our road race specialist take the win here tonight if these two get together? Out of turn number 4. King gets inside wall. It's a drag race to the line. White flag is out. White flag is out. Autry trying to get as many points as he can here. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. They're side by side looking for 3 and 4. King's going to ship it in. Here comes Autry down low. Oh, they're going to touch. They touch out of 4. Down the front straightaway. Autry takes the win. Jake King second. Lovelace in third. Remington James in fourth. Kenny in fifth. Moody, Mayo, Fields, and Thomas, your top 9. Wow, great racing here tonight. Tyler Autry taking the win. What a race here tonight. All right, it's going to be Tyler Autry with the win here tonight. He's going to get in an interview. He's going to be happy about that. Jake King in second. Going to be Zach Lovelace in the number 3 spot. Remington James in fourth. Kenny's going to be in fifth. Landon Moody in sixth. Tyler Mayo in seventh. Going to be Jacob Fields in the number 8 spot. Thomas in ninth. Shane Haas 10th. Clint Sheehan in 11th. You just got to show up. First 24 that show up get a chance. It'll go up at 9:15 every Monday night, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. All right, we're going to go ahead and grab whoever we happen to have in here. If anyone from the top 3 wants an interview, you know, they can jump in. Yeah, that was amazing. Man, that was a great night of racing. Man, these things have just put on a show. Lovelace, I don't know if you were top 3, but man, you were definitely a top 5. You were working hard here tonight in that 00.
I can tell you I was not a top 3, but I was figuring it out. Moody was coaching me a lot through that. And yeah, I was just in the right place at the right time, I guess.
Vito, you can join the Discord. I do put that information in the Discord, but it is an open hosted session on Mondays. Man, you know, we ran, what did we run here? 358s one night, I think it was. Wasn't it?
I think so.
And I said, you know, Lovelace, when I was getting in here, I was like, Lovelace isn't bad at this track. He's got a feel for it. I think he's going to do all right. And man, we're coming to the end there, and you see Tyler and Jake really duking it out. You had to feel like your chances of them getting together and you stealing a victory tonight was definitely possible.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a little bit more luck than I had. You know, I think I used it all up with Moody and them coming together and getting promoted a few spots there. But it definitely was on my mind. Wasn't expecting it. Wouldn't have been the best win, but you know, you take what you can get. So I'm very happy with third. I did not expect to be talking to you on a dirt race.
I'll tell you what. The road guy in the server, the asphalt road guy in the server getting a dirt win. Would have been wild. Good run here tonight. You got any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Got to thank Texas Speed. Starting a Gen 4 league if anybody's interested. Just, I guess, talk to anybody in here. They all know about it. You for putting on the show. Everybody for the great race. Everybody over at Moody's Discord. We're just talking and laughing the whole race until that last wreck there. So, yeah, just good time. Thanks.
Good run. Appreciate you. And I'll know I'll see you all week anyway. So I'll see you later. Tomorrow anyway.
Oh, you know it.
All right, buddy. Jay King, man. Those guys get together up in front of you and Tyler, and all of a sudden you're racing for a win, and you almost got it away from Tyler. Not quite. Good, hard dirt racing, elbows up. Come home second tonight. You had to have a blast out there.
Oh, yeah, it was so much fun. Most of the race was just me trying to keep up with the top three, and they just kept slowly driving away, so those cautions helped out. A couple bad breaks in lap traffic, but yeah, the top two kind of gave us a gift, me and Tyler, and found that low line had some surprising grip that second to last lap, and tried to use it and got ahead, but I can't blame Tyler for doing what he did. Gave me the old chrome horn in turn 3, and yeah, clashing doors there at the finish. That was a lot of fun.
You know, I was talking about how sometimes, oddly, these ARCA cars kind of race more like dirt cars than the dirt cars on the service. I mean, it's all about the throttle control. It's not crazy, but you know, you just got to be smooth and patient, and you can bump each other, door each other, and it really doesn't upset the cars too much. I mean, you just got to get used to it. How hard is it to set in your mind that, hey, I can't just hammer it down. I just got to be gentle with the throttle, be patient, and the more patient I am, the faster I am.
I mean, it's definitely tough, but I mean, I would compare it to like a dirt late model almost. You know, you're modulating the throttle the whole time. We found that out in practice, and you never catch a break at this track. You're sideways the whole time. You know, I was holding the bottom of the steering wheel with both my hands like it was right side up. So, yeah, it was an absolute blast. I mean, these cars race surprisingly well in the dirt.
Definitely a lot of fun. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to some of my real life sponsors: Turf Trade, Dominion Title Services, DCM Architecture Engineering, Vintage Racers for Rescues, and thank you for hosting the race, man. This is a lot of fun. Appreciate it.
Definitely a lot of fun. Good run, good second place. And I know the man who is happy, definitely gaining a little bit of points here tonight. Very good. Tyler Autry, man, that was exciting.
Dude, I've been waiting to win one of your races for years now. So to do it on a dirt track makes it 10 times better.
We just got to change that number to what, the 54? That's what you run in real life, right?
Yeah, this is my favorite car of all time in NASCAR, so it works out. Kenny can have the 54 right now.
Man, great run. And Kenny said, nice job, by the way. He's out there in the chat. But, man, you know, you were right there with Fields and Moody. You had one of the best seats in the house all night long. They make the mistake. They get together. Obviously, Fields bad. Gives himself the EOL there. But you get up front and might think you have it in the bag, and here comes Jake giving you a whole bunch of pressure from behind. Man, how nerve-wracking was that at the end?
Honestly, Jake kind of surprised me because, like he was saying, the top three, we were able to pull away from him. So I was just going to keep my restart the exact same, act like Jacob was still in front of me. And I just couldn't get away like I was previous in the race. And then he found something on the bottom. So I was giving it to him, hoping I'd squeeze him. Maybe he'd slip up and I'd be all right. And then he cleared me off of 2. And I mean, I wasn't going to send him to the fence, but I knew I might have to get a little rough. But I'm happy he was okay with it. His pass was significantly cleaner than mine was, but I had to try something, man. It's happened to me too many times.
Man, a great run here tonight. Good to see you in victory lane. And, you know, I've been watching you a long time. You've been on, what, how many years have you been around? 3, maybe?
December of 2020. So,
first time I bumped in. You've been around almost since the beginning.
Yeah, one of my first races with you was the old super late model, or asphalt super late model bodies before they updated them.
Yep.
I ran a Starbucks number 24 car, and I didn't make it out of the heat race. So it's definitely gotten better.
You've come a long way. It's good to see you in victory lane. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yes, sir. As always, got to thank my dad, number one. I'll go ahead and shout out the real life sponsors. I got Hallmark Junk Removal, Schaefer's Racing Oil, Carol's Wrecker, Brett Weisenburn at State Farm, Anthony Boatman, and I got to thank my buddies John Osborne, Allison Forbes, and Shane Red for always being there in the pits when I'm throwing stuff at them or something like that. Oh man, John used to run these races with me, so he knows how hard they are to win. I'm so happy to finally get that notch on my belt, get that monkey off my back, whatever you want to call it. Finally got that MDiTV win, man.
It's always good to
And
say.
thank you for putting these races on.
Yeah, Remington said that was a blast. You know, a lot of good comments out there. The ARCA cars, probably the best race of the night here the last few weeks. But definitely appreciate you coming out, and it's always good. You know, one of the things I tell everybody, it's great to watch these guys get better and the community to continue to grow. And good to see a new winner and an old driver be a new winner. So that's always great.
I know, man. Like I said, thank you for putting all these on. You always do something different than everybody. You always find a way to keep everybody's styles involved. And this combo is just, I've found so much enjoyment in it and been so close these last 2 weeks, a second and a fifth, and finally being able to knock one off. It just feels great. I don't know when it's going to happen again because Landon and Jacob are too hard to beat. So I may have to try something on them, but I'll take what I can get right now.
Yeah. Enjoy the victory, and I'm sure I'll talk to you later, but I appreciate you. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. I'll see you. Thank you.
Definitely a fun win in my books. I always appreciate when these guys have a good run. We are going to jump over into the UMP top split. So let me go ahead and put up our stream starts soon so I can jump over here, and that is another one. I'm curious what Landon's going to say later. I know Fields didn't meet it. It looked to me like Landon might have got a little. It's so hard. The one thing about these cars, when you're behind somebody, it almost seems easier because you know how to manage that throttle. But when you're in front, you don't really know how fast that guy is behind you. You get a little greedy with the throttle, and you can get just a little bit sideways, make just a little bit of a mistake, and lose that lead, or make a mistake and maybe even not make that big of a mistake like we saw there, and end up going around. And definitely Jacob Fields didn't meet it, gave himself the EOL. But man, what a race. What a freaking race. This is gonna be around for a while on the MDiTV. I don't think I want these things to go away anytime soon. Definitely some fantastic racing. We might have to take it a little more serious, move it to a different night, give it its own night, maybe run a couple of races, maybe a rookie in a pro series. We'll see. We'll run out this season and make plans from there. As we jump into the UMP race, I've seen Hackney talking already. As we jump in, these guys out on the track, gotta wait for these paints to go ahead and catch up. All right, so these guys out on the track. Dustin Price, currently the quickest car out on the track. Steven Gaines out there. Donnie Watts, Keith Hackney, Tyler Bickford. Hey, man, we got some names out here. How about Harper? I'll tell you what. Harper, currently the number six on the board. He has gotten faster and faster. Fields able to make the race here tonight at the UMPs. All right, so we are going to get ready to get into qualifying here in just a minute, as we got about 45 seconds left. Right. That's hilarious. Man, that was awesome. I'm grinning ear to ear. That was just absolutely amazing. Donnie Watts out there on the track. in the number 74. What's up, Donnie? Let's see who else we got out on the track. Durgan's out there. Tyler Mayo's out there. Dustin Price is out there. Jacob Fields up to the number 3 spot, jumping from ARCA cars into a UMP modified. That's got to be an interesting. You want to try, what part are you looking at? You trying the UMPs or you're talking about the ARCA cars, Steven? You got to come out and try the ARCA cars for sure. All right, we are going to stack them up, getting ready for tonight's qualifying. Who's it going to be? We're going to have 16 cars in tonight's feature, so we are going to be sending one driver home here tonight at USA. It's going to be Caleb Durgan jumping out on the track in the 96M here to open up qualifying. Looks like Bickford out on the track. All right, here comes Durgan looking for the green flag. Bickford is going to be the first one to take the start-finish line. We're going to stay on Caleb Durgan here tonight. He is searching and hunting for a victory as he heads into turn number 1 and 2. A lot of cars still down on pit road. Looks like Donnie Watts pulling out. Dustin Hennigan is out there. Matt Fletchaw, Garrett Korn, and Jacob Schultz all out on the track. Dustin Price out there on the track. Bickford going to put down the first lap of 22.895, I believe it says. There's Caleb Durgan with a quick time of 22.611. Yeah, I mean, you're always welcome to come in and race. This is top split official, though. The ARCA's the only one that's open hosted that we just ran. Jacob Schultz going to go second quick. So right now, Durgan at the top of the charts. Donnie Watts, only 6th quick. Definitely surprising me a little bit. Alex Harper. I'll tell you what, this kid has been impressing me each and every week. We're going to see if Harper able to put down a quick time here tonight. Jacob Fields out on the track. Keith Hackney out on the track. Tyler Mayo out on the track. T. Clem out on the track. So a lot of cars out there on the track. Let's see where Harper's able to put that number 10 machine as he comes across the line. Harper's going to go 8th quick as Fields jumps up to 2nd with a 22.934. Here comes Hackney in the number 69. He's going to be looking to put down a quick time. Expect Hackney to have a bit of speed here as he heads through turn number 3 and 4. Always quick in the UMP modifieds. As he comes across the line, 2nd quick with a 22.648, I think it says. It's so small I can't see it. Maybe I'm just old. C. Clem going to go 6th quick. We got Mayo out on the track in the number 88. Let's see what Mayo's able to do. We don't see Mayo out here a lot, but he is out here putting down some UMP runs here tonight. Currently 16th quick. Got to shake that rust off a little bit, Mayo. I feel you, bud. I definitely feel you. As it looks like Byron Meeks is the only one that has not put down a lap, and he is not in the session. So he may be the one going home here tonight. Probably going to have an LCQ regardless, which kind of sucks because it's USA and it takes forever to do a lap here. As we are going to get ready for tonight's starting lineup here in heat race number 1. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number, I forget what number he's got. 36 maybe? We'll wait till he jumps out. 96, wow. In the number 96, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him, in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Starting inside, row number 2, in the number 33, it's going to be Justin Price. Outside of Dustin Price, outside of him, it's going to be the number 12 of Jacob Schultz. Starting inside, row number 3, in the number 26 machine, it's going to be Matt Fletchaw. Outside of him, in the number 16, it's going to be Dustin Hennigan. inside row number 4 here tonight. In the number 74 machine, it's going to be Donnie Watts. Yeah, right? What's up, Watts? I saw that. I noticed it. Outside of him, in the number 14, it's going to be Jackson Morad, I think is how you say it. I could be wrong, but that's what we're going to call him here tonight. All right, there's going to be 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 1. We got to wait. We got to wait 2 laps here. Hey, iRacing, can we get one to go? I got to do laundry after this. As they are 2x2 into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get the one to go this time by. Who's your pick out here? Who do you guys pick for heat race number 1? Do you think Durkin can hold on, or the 007 of Jacob Fields? Maybe Dustin Price. I mean, there's some good drivers in this one. I would definitely keep an eye on the 33 of Dustin Price and the 007 of Jacob Fields. Both these guys have a ton of potential in these UMP modifieds. Looks like, or Jacob Schultz in the number 12. I mean, this is a stacked heat as they come down the back straightaway. We are looking for that green flag this time by. When will Durgy fire him off? Definitely quite the pre-gen out there. As you can see, it is pretty slick going into turn number 3. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Great jump by Durgan. Better jump by Dustin Price as he's going to slide into the number 2 spot. Durgan up the track into the wall. Give the lead to Dustin Price out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Matt Fletchall digging up underneath in the 26. He's another one. Forgot all about him. You got to watch out for as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Looking for turn number 1 and 2. Matt Fletchall up into the number 2 spot. Here comes Durgy down on the bottom side. He's going to dig hard as they head through turn number 1 and 2. 3 wide for second out of turn 2 as Fields has to run down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be all Dustin Price out front as they come out of turn number 4. 3 wide for the number 2 spot. Durgan trying to dig back up. He has definitely got to be kicking himself here tonight as he fell. He gave away the lead and second and third, but now has raced his way back up into third. He's looking for more as he's up underneath Fields. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Caleb Durgan digging down low. Watch Fields get the run off of turn 4. Who's going to have it at the line? It's going to be Durgan as he's got that bottom side digging into 1 and 2. Durgan going to dig through turn number 1 and 2. Takes the number 2 spot back. Can he catch the number 33 of Dustin Price down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4? It's going to be halfway through. We got 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be single file 4. Now, everybody, I think, is going to make the feature unless that one guy comes back. As they head through turn number 1 and 2, Durgan going to dig out. We got a battle starting to brew for that number 4 spot. Here comes Jacob Schultz looking up underneath Fletchall as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 3 laps to go. Let's take a look at the lap times this time by as they come across the line. Dustin Price is picking up the pace. He is the quickest car on the track as we got contact. Jackson going to take advantage. He's going to take the number 5 spot. Jacob Fields and Jackson through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 2 laps to go at the line. Battle's going to be for the number 5 spot. These guys got to be careful because they probably don't want to run the consi if they don't have to as they head through turn number 1 and 2. But Dustin Hennigan not too far back. Watts is quite a ways back, so they got a little bit of breathing room as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 1 lap to go. White flag is out. Dustin Price with quite the lead right now. He has 1.15 seconds in front of Durgan. Durgan with a little bit of pressure from behind. He's going to pull out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be at the line? Clearly, it's going to be Dustin Price out of turn number 4. He's going to take the win here tonight. And he raced number 1. Caleb Durgan second. Oh, my God. Jacob Fields in 3rd, Matt Fletchall in 4th, Hennigan in 5th, Jacob Schultz in 6th, And Jackson and Donnie Watts are going to go run that free show for the LCQ. T-Clem packet drop, but he's back just in time here for his heat race, as we are going to go ahead and stack him up. And this is going to be a good show tonight, though. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 69 machine, it's going to be TNL's lead driver, Keith Hackney. Starting on the pole outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Stephen Gaines. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 97 machine, it's going to be T-Clem. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Tyler Bickford. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Alex Harper. Outside of him in the number 29, it's going to be Garrett Korn. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 9 machine, starting inside row number 4, it's going to be Darren Brunson. Outside of him in the 88, it's going to be Tyler Mayo. It is going to be 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 2 as they slide through turn number 1 and 2. They're going to get the one to go when they cross the line. This time by... Not sure who I mean, Gaines is quick. I wouldn't count out Gaines in the 07, but Hackney definitely with some speed here tonight as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be? I feel like Gaines has been putting on a show in these UMP when he finds the speed. So, you know, he's quick here tonight. I wouldn't count him out in that 07 as they get the one to go. Looking for turn number 1 and 2. If you are out there, who's your pick here tonight for tonight's main event? I think everybody's going to run. Do you guys have a pick? Do you have a favorite driver? Let me know in the chat. Keith Hackney leads him into turn number 3 and 4. Pace car is going to pull off. When will Hackney fire him off? Here tonight as they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Great start by T-Clem down on the bottom side, but Stephen Gaines no slouch as they head into 1 and 2. He's going to drift up the track, though. He's got to hold on to third. Here comes Bickford looking down low out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. They're going to get in line. T-Clem putting the pressure on the 69 to Keith Hackney as they come out of turn number 4. Could we end up with a battle for the lead? T-Clem has to get back in line. Let's go, T-Clem, says Griffin. What's up, Griffin? You're back as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Hackney going to lead it. Here comes Stephen Gaines down low. Stephen with some speed. They're going to touch a little bit going into turn number 3 and 4. Big check up there out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. It is going to be 2 laps complete. Hackney starting to pull away. Down into turn number 1 and 2. This is exactly what Hackney needed to happen here tonight in heat race number 1. These guys get battling it out. He's going to pull away. Gaines trying to clear T-Clem into turn number 3. He is going to clear him as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Kenny set his sights on Hackney. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Nose to tail for now. Don't count out Alex Harper. He's been having a great run. Bickford going to slip up in the track. Here comes Harper looking down low. Can't quite get there. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Hackney continues to lead. Gaines trying to close that gap. T-Clem back to third. Battle's going to be for the number 4 spot as Harper puts the pressure on Bickford down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Right now, Garrett Korn currently on the bubble. Tyler Mayo struggling a little bit right now. Can he find the speed as they head through turn number 3 and 4? It is going to be 3 laps to go as Stephen Gaines has caught the back of Keith Hackney. So Stephen Gaines is there. This is starting to heat up a little bit for the lead as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Does he have the speed to get around? down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 2 laps to go when they cross the line this time by. Here comes Stephen Gaines knocking on the back door as they come across the line. Good racing happening. Yeah, definitely. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney's going to check up a little bit. Gaines almost able to take advantage. Down the back straightaway. Drag race looking for turn number 3. Gaines all over the back of the 69 into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, white flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Can Gaines find his way around? Hackney's going to protect the bottom. Gaines is going to dig through the grass. Up underneath Hackney. Down through turn number 1 and 2. Hackney tries to get the run out of 2. Big run for Gaines down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3. Gaines takes the lead. Here comes Hackney looking down low. Out of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Gaines going to get the dig and the win. Out of turn number 4. Stephen Gaines wins heat race number 2. Hackney, T-Clem, Bickford, Harper, Korn, Brunson, and Mayo rounding out the field. It is real good. You are not wrong. That was some good racing right there. Donnie is not wrong. All right, we're going to go ahead and line them up as they are out on the track for the LCQ. I don't think Byron is not in there. So this is kind of just, run some laps, get some laps in, and get those laps in and get ready for tonight's feature. Everybody's going to make it. It's going to be Jackson Morad with the pole, Darian Brunson in second, Donnie Watts in the number 3 spot, Tyler Mayo in 4th. So this is just for bragging rights and position as everybody's going to make it as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Oh, this is going to be brutal. 10 laps. Oh. All right. Stacking them up 2 by 2, looking for the green flag. They're actually got to get 1 to go this time. They got to get 1 to go. Pace truck into turn number 3. They will get that 1 to go this time by. Who's your pick to be the B-Main Warrior here tonight? Do you guys have a favorite? Let me know in the chat as they get the 1 to go this time by. Make sure you wave it to your favorite as they come by this time by. All right, so this start will be controlled by the number 14 of Jackson Morad. Outside of him is going to be Darian Brunson, Donnie Watts, and then Tyler Mayo rounding out the field as they come down the back straightaway looking for the green flag. This time by going to be 10 laps here. Everybody's going to make it as Byron is not in here as they head into turn number 3 and 4. When's he going to fire off? Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come out of turn number 4. Jackson easily with the lead. Darian going to slide into second. It's going to be side by side as Mayo and Watts get together into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, give the spot to Donnie Watts. Tyler Mayo is going to try to figure out how to close in. Oh, Mayo needs this. Mayo needs these laps here. Hopefully he can figure out the car as they come down the back front straightaway into 1 and 2. Oh, Darian gets too much grass, gets sideways to the number 9. He was closing the gap on Jackson. Couldn't quite get there as they come down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Let's go back. Donnie Watts trying to close the gap. He's going to dig the bottom through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. 2 laps complete. Right now it is all Jackson Morad. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Darian Brunson in that number 2 spot. Donnie Watts in 3rd. Tyler Mayo in 4th. Three laps complete. 7 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Not a lot to talk about right here. I'm definitely struggling with that a little bit, as they're all pretty close. Jackson definitely the fastest one, but Darian and Donnie pretty close in lap times. And I'll take that back. Mayo was the fastest car last time, but he won't be this time as he was completely sideways out of turn number 4. Donnie trying to find a little bit of speed, got too much of the bump in the grass. Car got all wonky. Darian's going to pull away. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, it is all Jackson right now out front as they come across the line. 5 laps complete, halfway through. Looks like Darian's starting to pick up the pace on our leader. Let's see what they look like this time by as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Let's take a look at these lap times. Darian going all the way up to the top might not be the fastest way around as they come across the line. Lap times that time by. Whoa! Jackson was the quickest car that time by. Darian second quick. Exactly how they are on the track is what order they were for quick times. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 3 laps to go as they come across the line. Let's go jump on board with Darian as he tries to close in on our leader. Wrong one. Through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. They're going to get the 2 to go at the line this time by 2 laps to go. You can see him just trying to dig in. You got to be patient as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Jackson at the line. 2 laps to go. Lot of off throttle time as Darian moves down to the bottom. We're going to see if that pays off as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be white flag this time by 1 lap to go as they come out of turn number 4. 1 lap to go. Darian definitely a tick quicker, about a half a tenth quicker that time by, but it's going to be too little too late. As Jackson comes down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Give the B main warrior win to Jackson Morad. Darian second. Watts in third. Mayo in fourth. All right, so that is going to be the end of the LCQ. We're going to get into tonight's main event. 30 laps here tonight. Let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 33. It's going to be Dustin Price. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Stephen Gaines. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 96M, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the number 69, it's going to be Keith Hackney. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be the 007 of Jacob Fields. Outside of him in the number 97, it's going to be T. Clem. Starting inside, row number 4 in the number 26 machine, it's going to be Matt Fletchaw. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Tyler Bickford. Starting inside, row number 5, it's going to be Dustin Hennigan. Outside of him, it's going to be the 10 of Alex Harper. Starting inside, row number 6, it's going to be Jacob Schultz with Garrett Korn to his outside. Starting inside, row number 7, it's going to be Justin Morad. Outside of him, it's going to be Darian Brunson. Starting inside, row number 8, it's going to be Donnie Watts with Tyler Mayo rounding out the field. All right, so Durgan, if you're listening, if you look to your outside, remember the original Grip Hackney? Just picking on you. All right, down into turn number 1 and 2. Dustin Price going to lead the way as we are going to get the green flag this time by.
Down in the mud and we're never looking back. Kicking up dust ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Bit as steel, we're tough as nails. One lap closer, breaking trails from green to checkered, all out attack. We're born
Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. Dustin Price leads the way. Durgan gets the bump, almost shoots up into Gaines. Gaines going to get the run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, they're going to get nose to tail. We got trouble out of turn number 2. Caution flag comes out. Trouble out of turn number 2. What happened here? Is it going to just be a... Yeah, it looks like they just stack... Oh, my God. That was the weirdest shit in the world. All right, let's go jump on with Dustin. Oh, my God, he sends it up in there. But this... Oh, man, he killed him. Okay, so, yeah. He got murdered. Murder Inc. That's unfortunate for Dustin Hennigan as he goes around as we get the first caution flag of the night. I guess we got to re-rack him, restack him. Come on, let's not do all these pace laps, guys. I'm going to fall asleep already as it is. I'm trying. I'm hitting the 1 to go. It's not working. He said, can I get a 1 to go, guys? 1 to green, guys? Yeah, it doesn't work when I'm in officials. I can't do my 1 to go button. My bad. I'm sorry. I'd help you if I could. All right, so Dustin Price out front, Stephen Gaines, Caleb Durgan, Keith Hackney. These guys are already starting to stack it up 2 by 2. These guys are ready to go. Donnie Watts and Dustin Hennigan getting some damage repaired down on pit road. Let's see. How quick will it go 1 to go? Looks like they're going to stack it up. Looks like we are going 1 to go. This time as they head for turn number 1 and 2. Hey, Donnie, they're 1. They're 1 to go, Donnie. They're 1 to go. I can hear you guys. I don't know if you know I'm listening, Donnie. As they come out of turn number 2, we're going to get that green flag this time by Dustin Price, Stephen Gaines on that front row. When will Dustin fire it off? We're going to find out as they head into turn number 3. Looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. It should fix itself. They definitely are not 4 laps in as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Stephen Gaines trying to hold on as Dustin Price drives away. Durgan digging down low. He's going to get in front of Hackney. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Dustin Price out front. Hackney all over the back of Durgan for that number 3 spot as they come across the line. It will be 2 laps complete as they head into 1 and 2. I'll tell you what, Stephen Gaines, like I said, when he figures it out, he is super fast in these UMP modifieds, currently holding on with Dustin Price. He's got a fast car here tonight. I think he might be faster as they come out of turn number 4. Let's take a look. He was actually not faster than Dustin that time by. Oh, no, he was. He was definitely the fastest car that time by. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Single file 4. Now let's go take a look at the battle for third. Here comes Hackney looking up high out of turn at number 4, down the front straightaway. Here comes Gaines looking for the lead, trying to get up underneath Dustin Price out of turn number 2. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Price leads the way. Stephen Gaines second. Hackney third. Or Durgan third. Hackney at 4th. Here comes Gaines. Gaines going to dig out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Can't get the lead that time by. Definitely looks better for the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. 3 and 4. Yeah, Dustin definitely looked better in 3 and 4 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Dustin Price out front, leading the way. Stephen Gaines in second. Gaines down low, trying to find that lead as they come out of turn number 2. Good turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Price going to shoot up to the high side. Dustin Price down low. Let's see if he can get the run off of turn number 4 as they look for the line. He does not. It's going to be Dustin Price at the line that time by. 7 laps complete here tonight. 23 laps to go as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Dustin Price out front, leading the way. Durgan back in the number 3 spot, trying to join the party as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Oh, Durgan going to make a little mistake there. Has to get in the throttle, but that loses some ground as they head for 3 and 4. It's going to be 9 laps complete this time by. 9 laps complete as they head into 1 and 2. Nose to tail for the top 2. Durgan going to go to the bottom. Dustin and Gaines up high out of turn number 2. Gaines is all over the back of Dustin Price. But I will tell you what, is one thing to be faster, it's a whole nother thing to pass them. They are so close in lap times. Stephen Gaines having trouble finding his way around as he is all over the back of that number 33 machine. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Gaines trying to get back to the bottom side of 1 and 2. He's got the run. They are side by side. Drag race into turn number 3. Gaines going to ship it in. Slides up the track. Slide job by Gaines. Cut down by Price. Price not able to make the cut down work. New race leader at the line. It's going to be 07 of Stephen Gaines. So Gaines has gotten the lead. Can Dustin catch him back up and get his way around him as they come down the back straightaway? Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 12 laps complete. We're going to have 18 to go. Hackney looking a little stuck in that number 4 position, not making any ground forward or any ground back as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Right now it is quiet, but will Dustin Price get the speed to catch Stephen Gaines as they come out of turn number 4? Down into turn number 1 and 2. Right now, Durgan sits in the number 3 spot. Keith Hackney too far back to make a battle. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Looking for that 14 laps complete. It is going to be 16 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line. 16 laps to go. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Jacob Fields trying to make his way back up to the field through the field. He's lost a couple spots since the initial start of this one. Trying to make his way back forward, but here comes Fletcher up underneath Fields as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Stephen Gaines leading the way. Dustin Price in second. Caleb Durgan in third. Nothing has changed. We're going to keep it single file down the back straightaway as we are halfway through. It is going to be 14 laps to go when they cross the line this time by. 14 laps to go. Can Stephen Gaines hold on? That's the biggest question here right now tonight. The $1 million question. Stephen Gaines out front. Dustin Price in second. Price trying to chase him down as they come out of turn number 2. Through turn number 3 and 4, it's going to be 13 laps complete when they come across the line this time by. 13 laps complete. Through turn number 1 and 2, Gaines continues to hold on. Dustin Price on the hunt down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Gaines, Price, Durgan, your top 3. Durgan starting to put some pressure on Dustin Price. Price Knows he's quick. Trying to break away out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Going to be 11 laps to go when they hit the line this time by 11 laps to go. Down into turn number 1 and 2. No more pressure for leader. Battle's going to be for second as Durgan is all over the back of the number 33. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Durgan. They touch. Oh no, Price is around. Price is around. Caution flag comes out. That was so weird. We're going to take a look at this one. Oh, that was netcode. Serious. That was netcode. Big netcode right there. Definitely netcode out there. That is unfortunate for Price as he had a fast car here tonight. Let's take a look at this in slow-mo. Yeah, that was some netcode that caused that. That is unfortunate. As we get the caution flag, Dustin Price coming down onto pit road. All right, so Dustin down there on pit road, getting a little bit of damage repaired. Definitely some Yeah, we already did that. We did the big block opener. That was at 8 o'clock Eastern. Yes, sir. As they get the one to green as it looks like Donnie Watts and Dustin Price down on pit road. Yeah, I know. I remember. I knew I knew the name. I'm like, man, Ben. I don't know who that is. It's actually pretty good racing. Looking for the green flag. It is going to be Stephen Gaines and Caleb Durgan up on the front row as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Keith Hackney now up to the number 3 spot. T. Clem in 4th as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway, down into 1 and 2. Going to be Gaines leading the way. Durgan into the back of him. Durgan gets in the back of him. Big save by Stephen Gaines. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Looks like Durgan forgot to turn on the grip hacks and turned on the plow instead as they head to turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Gaines at the line that time by. We got 9 laps to go. 9 laps to go. Durgan's going to jump the hump into turn at number 1 and 2. Gaines going to play a little bit of defense down on the bottom side. Drag race looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Down into turn at number 3 and 4. Gaines leads the way, slides up the track. Durgan's going to stay on the bottom. Gaines with the run down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan is so good in 1 and 2 on the bottom. But nowhere to go as Gaines is playing great defense through turn number 1 and 2. He's going to stay on the bottom of 3 and 4 this time as they dig out of turn number 4. It is going to be 7 laps to go. The whole field on top of each other. Durgan's going to get up underneath. Contact. Gaines goes around. Hackney caught up. Oh, no. Big wreck down the back straightaway as it looks like Durgan all F4s. That is unfortunate there. That one was definitely a little bit more contact. Might have been some net code involved. But we are going to go take a look at that one as it looks like T. Clem is going to inherit the lead here. Durgan just absolutely ships it in there, but gives him the door, and then, yeah, at that point, Netcode takes over, but he definitely got into him, got him turned around. That is unfortunate for the 07 of Stephen Gaines. Wow, Bickford is gone. That was pretty rough. So it looks like Hackney's going to inherit the lead. T. Clem in second. Jacob Fields in third. Matt Fletchall in fourth. Harper in fifth. Harper always creeping into that top 5 when it matters.
I mean, yeah, there's nowhere to go. I don't understand it.
A little bit of frustration from Stephen Gaines. Definitely understandable there. As we are going to get ready for that green flag, it is going to be 6 laps for Keith Hackney to hold on here tonight as they head into turn number 3 of 4. Are we going green this time? Pace truck is still got the lights on, so we are not going green this time by Gaines on pit road, getting some damage repaired in that 07. Man, that sucks for him. I really feel bad. You know, and Durgan was faster. Yeah, definitely. This is the least toxic official every week. So that is unfortunate. Are we going green this time? We are going green. Stephen Gaines, we're going green. Get out there. As they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 of 4. He's going to get out there. Yeah, Hackney's in the spot right now, but he might have some damage. Clem might be in a good spot in the number 97. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out as the pace truck is in. Hackney takes the green flag. 6 laps to go into 1 and 2. Hackney looks like he does have a little bit of speed in that number 69. We'll see if it holds up, if there's damage on that thing. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Watching the battle for second. T-Clem trying to hold on. Here comes Fletchall to the top side. You know, we don't see Fletchall very often. Good to see him out on the track as they come across the line. 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go down into turn number 1 and 2. Fields tries to dig up underneath Hackney. Can't quite get there. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 4 laps to go. Fletchall, if he can get that top side to work, he could be ripping. But now he has to deal with Harper's. Harper's to the bottom. Here comes T-Clem looking for the lead in 1 and 2. Once you get some heat in that tire. Oh, no. Fields and T-Clem make contact. That's going to keep the lead for Hackney. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 3 laps to go when they get to the line. Fields knocking on the back door to the 97. He's going to get down low. Down the back front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, more contact as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Fields down low. Oh, he is all up in the back of him. That is crazy as Harper takes advantage. They wreck into turn number 3 and 4. Big wreck into 3 and 4. They were stuck together. That is the weirdest. Wow. There's some weird stuff going on. What's up? What's up? What's up, Slade? Been a while? All right, so they go into turn at number 1 and 2. It looks like T-Clem All right, so it looks like T-Clem might have hopped that bump a little bit funny, and then they just kind of get infused together. That was some weird shit. Big wreck. Oh, my God. That is unfortunate. Caution flag comes out. I'm ready for a nap. Look at this. Harper, take the freaking win. Yeah, you know, just doing the same shit, different day. I've been doing all right. How about you? What's up, Dale? I just seen that. Sorry. You know how it goes. Same shit, different day. We've gotten a lot of followers and people sharing the stream. Definitely. Oh, my God. A lot of people shared today. Definitely appreciate that, guys. Some new followers over on YouTube. We got anything new? We definitely got some followers over on Twitch. Appreciate that, guys. Klob subscribed over on Twitch. Appreciate you, Klob. Kolb. All right, so yeah. How many we get? We got 5 new followers over on the TikTok side, so definitely some new people added to the family. Definitely some views out there as we are looking for the green flag as they head into turn at number 3 and 4. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't notice that. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Hackney, 2 laps to go. Can Harper do anything with them as they head into turn number 1 and 2? Fletcher. Oh, Fletcher in the back of Harper. Harper's going to keep it straight. Fletcher going to back out of it. Lets Harper get a hold of it as they come down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Harper trying to hold on and get himself a podium here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. Going to be white flag, 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh no, my God. I thought Matt was going to get killed there as Jackson shoves it into 1 and 2. Here comes Dustin Price back up into the top 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out for Keith Hackney. Hackney going to take the win. Harper second. Fletchall in third. Dustin Price and Morad, your top 5. All right, let's go through these results. It's going to be Keith Hackney with the win. Harper in second. Matt Fletchall in that number 3 spot. Price in 4th. Going to be Jackson in 5th. Garrett Korn in 6th. Schultz in 7th. Going to be Mayo in 8th. Stephen Gaines in 9th. Jacob Fields in 10th. Going to be Brunson in that number 11 spot. T. Clem in 12th. Donnie Watts in 13th. Bickford in 4th and 15th. And Hennigan in that number 16 spot. I'll tell you what. This week has been a trend of toxic that I hope we don't get to continue moving forward. We're going to go in and see if Hackney is in here for an interview. If he doesn't jump in a minute, we're going to go ahead and jump off because I got laundry to go do. I am exhausted. It's been a long stream. And I busted my ass over the weekend. There he is. Honestly, I just wanted to talk to Harper. Great run here tonight for you, Harper. I was just messing, Hackney. Good run here tonight for you. Get a number 2 spot. I mean, even without some of the chaos, you had a strong car here tonight in the number 10.
Yeah, it was solid. You know, we kind of were lacking speed a little bit, but talking things over, made some changes before the feature, and I'm glad we got that late caution. Sucks for everyone involved, but yeah, needed that for sure.
You know, one thing I've noticed is you've definitely been picking up the pace. Being over there with Hackney and T. Clem and all them over at Team No Love definitely has seemed to be make a big difference for you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't need to, like, I'm not going to throw shade at nobody or anything, but I told Andrew and Hackett that I just needed a change of pace and change of scenery, and we don't got no pressure over there. Everyone's just running to have fun, and if we suck, we suck. If we're fast, we're fast. So it's nice racing without pressure, and not that they were putting pressure on me. I think it was more myself than anything. But
It gets super competitive over there. I know.
for sure.
Great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Big shout out to Big Chungus. He was watching me race a little bit. That's my 2-year-old. Hackney, Tyler. Tyler's been busting his ass building setups, and it's been nice to have. Who else? I think that's really it. Keaton for the wrap, and then you for putting this
Hey
deal on.
Jacob,
It's
I'm asking
always
where
fun
the
to
chopping
tune in.
is. I'm watching the whole replay back. I'm right
Oh,
before
I gotta,
the caution.
I gotta
all the
mute
way
him.
back.
I gotta mute poor T Club. All right, great run. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Definitely fun. Hackney, man, you were in the middle of all. You were in the middle of all the chaos here tonight. Man, it was unfortunate for Dustin when he went around. Definitely some major net code between him and well, it was definitely net code between. I don't know how major it was, but it was definitely net code between him and Durgan. And then you get the chaos in front of you when Durgan and gets into Steven. Steven goes around, and you got some damage on that car. And T-Clum was breathing down your neck. I mean, you might not have had that win. Did you have big damage on that car?
Yeah, I had major damage. Like it said my front end was messed up, and then with the body damage and stuff like that up front. Like I knew I was off speed. I knew I was off speed as soon as I took the green. And then going through the corner, I think it messed my toe. I think it was towed out a little bit more as well. I think that's what T Clem was saying. So I could definitely feel it and see it in the corner. So I mean, I didn't want it like that. Like I never want races like that. Clearly, Steven and Durgan and them, like they've got something figured out, and we a little bit behind. The first 2 races we ran, yeah, it didn't really go as planned, so we went to messing with stuff and changing stuff, and I ran something completely different than the rest of them did right there. So it felt really good. It's a good base I think to build off of and adjust to the specs of USA. So, yeah, I love USA. Um, I just want to get back and be in contention, and don't have to worry about or hope for a caution or someone wrecking in front of me to win a race because that's not really earning it the way you should. Last week at Eldora, we was just absolutely flying all week, and we kind of wanted to carry that same momentum over here into this week but there again, we're off pace just a little bit, but we will get to turning some wrenches on this thing, and we'll get it to where we need to be.
USA is real tricky in these UMP modifieds. A little bit underpowered, big track, a lot of single file racing. You being off just a little bit has got to make a big difference on a track like this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yes, you want straightaway speed, but I mean, you want to get through the corners probably better than the straightaway, honestly, because I mean that sets you up for the other side of that. There again, like when I was behind Durgan right there, I mean, I'm literally running the same line as him in his draft, and he was slightly pulling me on exit, and so that told me, like, hey, we're still off a little bit. I moved around. I ran slider, I ran top, I ran bottom. With the changes that I made, I mean, it was a lot better than the first 2 races, but I'm not happy with it. Last week, I go back to last week, I could load in a session and know I'm 99% going to win the race, and this week is not feeling like that right now, and so that's not acceptable. Just because of the success that we had last week, and there again, we'll get better and we'll be more consistent. And we'll spread those notes between me and T Clem and the rest of the guys, and we will just try to get faster. That's all we can do.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, man, just everybody at TNL, Grip Hackney Live, Tunnel Vision, T Clem for everything that he does. All the guys that showed up tonight, and shout out to Alex for coming up through the field. I hate that happened to T Clem because if he would have got around me, I wouldn't. There again, that's the reason why I went to the top in 1 and 2 because I knew he was faster. So I was waiting on him. I told him to go, and then I guess him and Jacob got together going into 1. So, but shout out to all them guys and you for putting this on. And yeah, we'll just move on to the next one.
Well, appreciate you, and maybe I'll get to talk to you again next week.
All right, man. Thank you.
Later, bud. Good run,
Bye.
Alex.
Thanks, Patzer. I'll catch you later, buddy.
Later. All right, so great runs here tonight. Man, those ARCA cars just definitely don't disappoint. We're going to go ahead and call it a night, guys. That's going to be it, as always. Until next time. Yeah, no problem. You know I like it. you know, I get your frustrations, trust me. I've gotten bad at racing because of not running enough. But great run, guys, tonight. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.